ways in 2019. Combs' attorney said the decision to settle was in no way an admission of wrongdoing. Ventura declined to comment on the video, but her attorney told CNN the gut-wrenching video has only further confirmed the disturbing and predatory behavior.
That's groovy.
Hello, hi, good evening, and welcome to tonight's episode of The Shadows We Fear, here with me, Matt with Power. How are we all doing tonight? I hope the answer is well, as per usual. Hello to my lovely players as well, who consistently join me on this adventure. How are we all, guys?
We're well.
I'm just
Beautiful.
dandy, Matthew.
Just dandy, the sun is shining, the birds are singing, everything is fucking great. But before we jump into tonight's episode of The Shadows We Fear, Andy, do we have any announcements to mention?
Just Brothers Plate 3. Good old Brothers Plate. Join Kilo and Chef Matt here on Mondays. Maybe Tuesdays, depending. But join them on their adventures in Baldur's Gate as Matt goes through a chef playthrough, being good old Gordon
I did
Ramsay.
12 damage with a sausage the other day, and it was fucking great.
Yeah. Join them on Mondays for that shenanigans. And really, we've been saying it before, but obviously there's other content coming out. So please make sure you go to the Linktree and the Discord to check out the stuff there. Again, I will love to give a wee shout out to Anno. He's not here at the moment, but Anno, your beautiful 3D work is beautiful. So if you hit the exclamation point 3D, you can see the stuff there because he is building more for us, and I can't wait to show off more from him. But otherwise, yeah, Immersive Realms is on the move. We're producing content, and yeah, hopefully more to come. But otherwise,
Beautiful.
I'll throw it back to you, Mr. DM. Nice
A little
catch.
dark this time. That's nice, thank you. But with that, as per usual, out the way and things noted, let us jump into tonight's episode of The Shadows We Fear. So, last we left off, our group had finished a long, bloody, and costing civil war in the Great Everby, with the underground faction called the Creed of Creation, the civil war that industry was having, or that faction, sorry, was having. You guys aided in choosing a side and bringing one to their knees, one that was gearing up for industrialized war on the scale of which this country's never ever seen. You, during the fight, killed the leader of this faction, along with her bodyguard, and the remaining survivors on that side were taken prisoner and escorted away before you could really find out what happened to them. The anti-magic cube still holds debate in some circles as to what to actually do with it, but for now it has been studied at the very, very least to understand and ascertain what it can do, if at all. You guys decided to leave this terrible place after finding some documentation, some notes. You found some blueprints for various weaponry. You guys got a new gun and gave it to the ranger, because why wouldn't you? And you then made your way back to the capital city of Pavmar via teleportation the following morning. Not before you finding the notes from one Dr. Cassinius, may he rest. The doctor who helped you with his Death March soldiers and unfortunately fell in the same battle that we just mentioned. You found his notes upon his request for you to do so, passed on by Joel, and had a quick little skim through, finding out about his research in the lost city of Dareem, where he was trying to cure, or at least find a way to repel or vanquish a disease that had ridden that town and made it uninhabitable. You found out this disease was called maddening rot, the side effects or the effects of catching which are pretty unpleasant. But you made your way back home, and as you got to Pavmar and decided to settle down, one of your party members announced that they weren't returning on the journey anymore. Calanthier, a Leonin bloodhunter, had business to attend to north in his House of Iron. His people needed him, and he needed to do a bit of soul searching and also do some personal stuff with his magical abilities, shall we say. So the next morning, he took the first airship out after saying his goodbyes and left you guys alone in the capital city. But that is where we pick up the following morning. So we're going to skip a day. After Calanthier is left, you guys have basically taken a day to do whatever catches your interest in the city of Pavmar. Apologies. It's breakfast time. And you guys all, as per usual, as you have done for the last, how long you stay in Pavmar, really, since you became defenders of the throne, wake up in your respective own bedrooms. These aren't just bedrooms that you're renting anymore. Effectively, these are now your rooms permanently. So feel free to do with them what you will. During breakfast, without the need to get ready and don armor following a rest, Joel is the first of the group to make it down to the table. As you enter the breakfast area, Joel, you can see that, excuse me, Emmerich is already there, sifting through a pile of paperwork, as he always does in the morning, sifting through the itinerary of the day and various documentations and political letters that reach his fingers. You can see in front of him there's a mage hand currently flicking through the pages of a journal of some kind, as Emmerich is using both hands to eat his breakfast, a nice warm plate of meat and egg. As you wait, you see your party arrive. You see, first of all, Falcoris, of course he is. He's always the first one up, if not you. Coming down, Emmerich gives a friendly good morning. You can respond however you wish to see Falcoris. You then see, not far behind, following, is Elleril. And then lastly, you see this... Yep.
The sun is shining!
Flashbang by God.
Now it disappeared.
Can you turn a light on or something?
The light is on.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, we'll come back to that then. Just give me a wee second. You're in a scene right now. So you see Falcoris arrive, followed again very quickly by Elleril. And not so far behind him, you see another person into the room. They look familiar. This person has beautiful purple hair, a bow in her back. Gods, where'd you know her from? Good morning, Lavender. Fuck, Lavender, that was it. That's her name. You remember her now. One of your friends. One of the people that actually gave you the less shit next to Calanthier. And it all comes flooding back. But you all come to breakfast. Emmerich, as you say, gives you all a little good morning. How are we all today?
Second.
Hang on a second. Yeah. Joel's trying to figure out his radiance. Turn it down a bit.
New body. Yeah. This new body. It's quite hard to figure it out.
DM.
DM.
Flashbang chat.
What time of day is it outside?
Did you mean to say Lavender has purple hair?
Does she not have purple hair? I do apologize.
No.
I'm very, very sorry. I thought Lavender had purple hair.
That's why I was confused.
No, I'm so sorry. I thought Lavender had purple hair.
Everyone's sitting here. Who the fuck's got purple hair?
I was like, what the fuck?
I do apologies. My memory is fucking up my arse these days. I'm very sorry, Lavender. Fucking hell, I'm a great
I was saying, what the fuck did you do to Lavender?
She dyed her hair in the interim.
Oh god, I'm such a bad
She had
DM.
a mental breakdown because Calanthier left and dyed her hair.
Cannon. Lavender, you're right.
But you see Lavender in her natural hair color, undyed unless she chooses to do otherwise. Because the DM is a fucking idiot.
How's this?
Much better, Keelan. Please tell me how I'm going to die on Elm Street tonight.
Why is it always chaos with you? Why is it always chaos?
Because my setup is a table on a table again. And the lights are over there.
I'm trying to think, brother.
What do you want me to do, Andrew?
We'll leave it. The sun will set soon. It'll be fine. No, don't phone flash yourself.
It's okay. It doesn't make a difference. Carry on, brother. Just pretend I'm not here.
I wish I could. But unfortunately, you're the party cleric. So, after we established Lavender's hair color isn't purple and Lewis can't control the fucking sun, we come back into the breakfast table.
What sun?
Emmerich, bid you all individually good morning as you all enter the room, and you all see again he's got a mountain of paperwork in front of him, and the usual breakfast buffet is laid out before you all to take off, some fruits, vegetables, meats, warm or cold, eggs can be prepared for you. It's all lovely breakfast. Yeah. Is there anything you guys like to do or say this fine morning? As you sort of look around and do see there is an empty chair in your presence.
Joel's gonna be very sad at the table, just looking at all the food he can't have. He sat there like with his arms crossed, just glaring at the food on the table.
Oh, baby boy.
I make
not
a
happy.
concentrated effort to deliberately stack my plate with things that are sitting beside Joel. So basically,
Wait, hang on, Joel, you're not having that?
Joel would just grab like the nearest plate of food and just frisbee it across the room.
Emmerich just watches his plate clatter. Immediately the servants who are lined up like ball boys at Wimbledon just to pick up the food sort of thing, run in and grab them and clean up the mess before it gets, any stains on the carpets or tapestries.
in terms of when we set off, so if we're heading north, heading back towards the Titanfall crater, see the drow, then to hunt the Thunderbrands. It's probably a good opportunity to go back through the path that brought us all together, right? If we head through, we could head down to Utoris. I do have some business there. Could maybe even escort Salber if he's wanting to head home. Then head up through to Fort Hayden for making our way to the crater again.
I don't know what kind of standing I have at Fort Aiden anymore, but we can definitely go up there. Maybe make camp if they allow us. But yeah, Joel, remember, you need to talk to Salber. Salber. He's somewhere here. We'll be able to locate him, I presume.
We can find him easily enough.
Well, it's not like I'm eating.
Well, I am Joel, so if you wouldn't mind, I've got some of the paperwork, but I will find him for you, don't you worry. On that note, there is a bit of business for you guys, if you wouldn't mind holding fire on your elaborate leaving plans so soon. A couple of things that we'd like to pick up with you before you leave. If you're going to go north and deal with this Thunderbrand issue, I can see what the latest scout reports are and find out what information may be useful for you, of course. But also, with Counttheo's departure, he did mention to one of our nobles, about trying to find a replacement, and we have found such for you. So if you could do me a favour, meet us in the throne room at 12 sharp, midday. We have asked this newcomer to meet us there. And we shall find out what their metal is.
Do you know anything about them?
Sure we can handle.
Not at all, to be quite frank. I've not really been dealing with that. I generally am as clueless as you are in this one.
And where did they come from? The Heroes Guild?
As I say.
Yeah, we should have probably asked Counttheo that. Book.
Well, we didn't. And he didn't ask me, so it's gone out of my hands, this one. One of the few things that has flown under my radar as of late. As he's talking, talking to you guys, but he's talking between looking up and, talking at you whilst looking at paperwork. Could I get you all to make a perception check, please, as the conversation comes to that natural close?
Yes.
Full disclosure, I'm using an online roller, so if I start being too OP, just someone can do it for me.
You rolled a 22 on a d20!
Wait a minute, I just done that. What the fuck?
Perception?
Yes, please.
Just say?
Perception.
23 for me.
23?
You're gonna hate me, Matt.
Oh. Am I gonna hate you?
28.
28. Oh. Fucking hell. Can anybody beat 28? Jesus.
15. So, unless you're bad at math, no.
Straight up spot and ingrown hair on the guard at the other end of the room.
Hey man, plus 10 perception, I love it.
Falcorus hears a spider fart on the other side of the room, man. Lavender, what was your perception, if you...
18.
18. So, Lavender and Joel don't notice this, as you guys are too busy enjoying your breakfasts, or Joel feeling a little bit weird of how he couldn't remember Lavender for a split second, or the DM her hair color. But as Counttheo and Falcorus, you again are watching Emmerich, talk to the group with that usual smile on his face and look back at the paperwork. takes another letter off, talks to you guys in this conversation this whole time. But as that conversation comes to a close, he pulls up another letter, looks at who it's from, or looks who it's addressed to, sorry, opens it, reads it. His eyes look from the letter, and you can see he reads, you can watch his pupils move along. Then he seems to stop, almost reread part of the sentence again. And then you two notice he looks up at Falcoris, looks down at the paperwork, back to Falcoris, and down to the paperwork again, before putting the letter aside. And is doing that without need to do so, really clear his throat and move on to the next letter.
Yeah. If you've got something to say it.
What's your last name again, good friend?
Zilrun.
Right. I just had a letter, not me personally, our queen did, from the Republic.
Oh boy.
About some political matters. And it does mention a certain Zilrun, and I thought that was your last name. That's why, caught my interest. No, I do apologize, of course, and do Falcoris tell me to fuck off. Does the name and/or title High Commander Kendall Zilrun ring a bell to you?
What's my father been up to now?
He's coming here. Surprise.
When?
Well, according to the letter, we have a couple of weeks to pop up balloons, or whatever the celebration may be. How about you guys are the defenders of the throne. I don't really mind if you want to have a quick little gander and pass it around. Here. And he hands you the letter, which, as per usual, is in the handouts chat for you all now.
Okay, I will
I'll
have
give
a
you
quick
guys
read
a
of
second
that.
to read it. Do you think I should read it for chat whilst you guys are reading it as well?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
So the letter, chat. Dearest Queen, dearest Queen Aruyan, we at the Republic are still deeply saddened to hear that relations with your husband and the former king have not been repaired, and by the sounds of things are unlikely to. Please may we pass on our utmost condolences for you and your family during these troubling times. However, on the note of troubling times, the Republic of Tyrir finds itself sharing a border with a country on the brink of war both internally and externally. Naturally, this has created substantial concern, and we feel action is needed to be taken in order to prevent a fallout between us. And with the scale and escalation of the problem from our end, simple letters and correspondence via magical means are not enough. The Council of the Republic has decided to send out a military ambassador and his appropriate entourage at our earliest convenience. His name is High Commander Kendall Zilran. We expect him to be at your capital within but a few weeks in order to discuss these goings-on and what it means for the future of the Republic and our great nations. Your cooperation is appreciated and expected. Regards, Sir Palwyn Keelman of the Grand Council.
DM?
And you can tell for this is very handwritten, very elegant calligraphy. Finest quill.
DM?
Andy?
Does my Uncle Sam, or Sanev Torun, be part of that entourage?
You're unsure at this moment in time because you don't think he would have served directly to the High Commander. You would know that basically the High Commander is, the highest point in the military at this point. So in some way, yes, he does serve, but would he be part of this entourage? You're unsure.
Can't help but notice this letter addresses your mother, not your sister, as the rightful queen.
Yeah. She is essentially regent while my sister's recovering.
Recovering?
Oh, you weren't the only one to be injured during the raid in the Shadowfell.
Fair enough.
So, evidently, this is the first that we've heard. Well, we've had obviously the Republic in other letters express their concerns, but this is the first time we've actually heard of action being taken, and I'm reading this as quick as you are. We are the first to know, outside of the Republic, of this. We are the first in Padma to know about this, and we'll be passing it on to the Queen, your mother, as soon as. But Falcoris, your father, what do we expect from that one? Is there anything we should be aware about? Is he,
Repressed childhood trauma, perhaps?
I was actually about to say, maybe that if it's a sore subject, I am very sorry, my good friend. I don't mean to cross borders.
I don't know the man. I've never met him.
Fair. I'm terribly sorry.
He, put it quite frank. He was, he was high up. I don't know exactly what position in the army over there, the military. He met my mother. He had me, and basically, from what I call my uncle Sanev, he was my father's closest friend in the military.
Mm-hmm.
He liaisons between, but from what I've heard from my uncle San, he decided to choose the military, the Elven military, full on, because they didn't like the half-breed. My mother is a human. They don't like the half-breed. So
I see.
my father apparently gave us money and a way out to here, to Brazenfort. And that's where we grew up. And my father decided to stay, be part of the Elven military for the rest of his life, essentially. Left us.
That couldn't have been easy for you or your mother. I'm deeply sorry.
Yeah.
Well, from that I can expect him to be quite prim and proper, militarily speaking, I'm gathering. Family matters, not so much so. But good thing he's not family. You guys are to me. Well, once, if you want me to tell you, of course, once we find out a more accurate time of arrival, if you want to be there or avoid the capital altogether, I can tell you the dates, and you can plan accordingly.
I'll be honest and say I'm kind of torn.
Well,
part of me wants to be there.
Weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of me wants to be there, and part of me doesn't.
I understand that. In its own weird way, I get where you're coming from. And not to get too personal, my relationship with my parents was complicated when they were around, so, I understand. But, let me know, and I'll tell you the dates all the same. You just tell me if you want a space in the room or not.
Just put me in there. We've all got to be there, I presume. Defender of the throne. We're the only ones that know full details, apart from obviously yourself. But we're the one that knows the heavy weight that's coming.
Fair enough.
First-hand experience with it all as well. I definitely think that's the call.
You guys are putting your fingers in all these pies.
Yeah. And now I've got a date with father.
Well, happy reunion. Aren't we just the group of all the parental issues? It's just fantastic, isn't it? God, I love this party. Anyway, I must apparently very quickly wait to see your mother. But Elril, can I grab you for but a moment, if you wouldn't mind, before you disappear for the day and I lose you?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. Outside the room, if that's okay, my dear.
Yeah. Oh.
Morning, quickie.
The ship still, as they start walking away, I'll just turn to the group and go, the ship still sails.
You hear where the gods go, near, far. But Emmerich pulls you outside the throne room, and he sort of looks around, making sure there's no guards in the immediate vicinity that can maybe eavesdrop or anything else like that. Good morning. How are you?
Yes. Good. How are you doing, Emmerich?
Quite well, actually. Quite well. I'll not take up too much of your time. I've got a busy morning, and you will probably do too. I just wanted to come and speak to you about a favor to ask you, if that's quite all right. Uh, after our night last night, I'll cut to the chase. You coming to me with needing help with magic. It oh gods, it inspired me again. As you know, back when I was in Horizon, I was supposed to be a teacher and eventually headmaster, taking over my mother's and father's positions eventually. But it wasn't for me, yada yada yada. But it got me thinking last night. Pavmar doesn't have a sound school of magic. You have the basic educational facility for Cantrip 101, effectively, but thereafter, any talent you have here in the capital city needs to go to Horizon. My family is a prime example of that. I am a product of moving. I was born in settlement, and my family had to spend an awful lot of money and gold to move over to Horizon, where they became prosperous and grew as did I. But we didn't start off from that. It was very humble beginnings. Pavmar, the capital city, lacks such an infrastructure. What I'm trying to say, dear boy, would you speak to your mother about if, amongst my already very busy schedule, she would allow me to maybe open up an academy? I would require funding, a place to do it, but that's finer details later. But I think Pavmar's missing something, and I think I could fill that gap.
Yeah, certainly bring up to her. How do you think the college and Horizon will react?
Oh, awfully. We'll be taking money out their pockets. But here's the thing. That's where their problem is. They have become very money orientated. Have you actually looked at tuition costs alone?
No, I've not looked at tuition costs, but I have pilfered a few pockets. And
Well, then you will know those pockets, if you pilfer the right one, is very, very gold-lined, shall we say. It's ridiculous out there, honestly. The actual monetary gain to be made as a headmaster there, and it is just that, monetary gain. The art of magic has been lost. And he lowers his voice, and I think Calanthea, I think there's a chance if we do this thing right, we could maybe, again, with permission, because I understand, perhaps bring back mine and Calanthea's shared arcane potential, if that makes sense, if you catch my drift. Again, I wouldn't do it if the palace said no, then by all means we'll keep it as it is, but I believe Calanthea was right. It was outlawed generations ago by people long dead. We've evolved as a community, as a people. Magic has evolved. Perhaps we should rethink. And I think this academy could do that.
I agree. I've also been thinking on that. My ancestor Engar, the
Yes.
stories about him, they always describe him as a paladin.
Mm-hmm.
He's a brave, fearless paladin. But, I mean, we all know that he wasn't.
Yes. Isn't history funny like that?
I think if the truth came out about Lorenthal's greatest hero, I think probably soften the blow on any controversies concerning your practice.
There'll always be controversies. I think that tarnish will always be there. It just depends on the individual how deep they want to look upon it. I think in time that people will be quite accepting. Maybe, as you and I might frown upon a necromancer at first glance. I'll take a shrug. I'll take a casual stare down over outright banishment. And I know it's probably not going to be to my lifetime, certainly, that I'll see those fruits come to bear. But if I can help a generation, I'll take that as a win. And I'd be a fantastic headmaster, wouldn't you think?
Certainly. I'll definitely bring it up to him.
I genuinely appreciate that, my good friend. Right. I must away, though.
Okay.
Taken up enough of your time, so thank you again. And I will see you at noon, sharp.
And sharp.
Ta-ta. And he takes his leave.
No, I'll just go back and join everyone else.
All the guards are...
Placing bets.
Placing bets who's the bottom.
Well, so does anyone have anything they want to do before 12?
Try and track down Salva.
Certainly.
Well, are we planning on just heading off as soon as we find our warrior, essentially?
I think the sooner the better.
Okay. Great. I'll go get my stuff ready. And
Yeah,
see you here at 12.
I'll see you at 12. Joel, without actually telling them I told you so from me, but tell them I told you so.
I don't know what that means.
I told you I had a conversation with him. Oh my god. I had a conversation with him and I'd said that you would come back. So, you weren't gone.
I was.
I'll tell him my fucking self then. And then ask him if he's coming back to where was it again? What was it?
Etoris.
Etoris. If he's coming back to Etoris with us, I'll walk away and prep my
Slam
shit.
the third door behind. It does that annoying thing though, as you slam the door, it bounces back open again. And you have to not pause it, do I go back and shut it, or do I commit to
Nah,
the bit?
Falcors just continues walking.
It's always fun pissing off the captain.
Don't know which one to go past.
Lovely. Well, whilst Harry takes a quick little pee break, Joel, you
Little pee boy.
you depart yourself from the breakfast table and go find Salber. Now again, Emmerich isn't there to give you directions, but easily enough you can ask around other nobles and the like, and they will direct you to his room.
Did they
where
just shit themselves? They're just standing there and Joel just appears and just, where is he?
Just, you come back, you're 5 gold richer. For some reason, people kept throwing money at you whenever you approach them and running away. You're 5 gold up.
I think I'm the Grim Reaper or something.
I like to think Joel has forgot what personal space is, so he just walks up like right to
Did Joel ever know what personal space was?
That's a good question. But you eventually, after getting some directions and, wandering the palace's great many halls, find your way to Saba's dorm, where he has been staying since, with no real... Well, you don't know this, but he's been having no real purpose to leave at this point in time. You wrap your metallic fingers, your tap knuckles, against the door, and you hear a very frail voice. Come in.
I will enter the room.
You enter the room, and you do see Salber is a shell of his former self. You can see that as he's currently sat at a desk, the chair tucked a little bit in. But you can see that again with the way that, as you saw him before, the weight that he had lost hasn't been regained as of yet. He is still skin and bone, quite predominant cheekbones from again the face being narrowed, sunken eye sockets, very very grey thinning hair, deep bags under the eyes that almost look like they're black and bruised, even though it's just shadows. But more importantly, and the thing that you will notice almost immediately, is he's currently got like an arcane clock that he's disassembled, and you can see that you've interrupted him trying to put in cogs, and as you walk in, he's got a cog held in some tweezers, but the hand has got a heavy shake to it, a shake that you never had when you first met him. And as you enter the room, he looks at you and his eyes widen, seeing your quite terrifying visage enter the room with no context to who you actually are. And he sort of looks at you. Hello?
Oh.
Well, perhaps a heart attack.
Apologies, Salber. It's Joel.
Joel?
Yes, it's been a day.
He sort of sits for a minute. That voice. My gods, it really is you.
Sort of.
Come in. Shut the door. Come in.
Or move to sit near him, I suppose.
Yeah, and he sort of turns around to face you again. What happened, my boy? I saw you. We had a funeral. What happened?
I'm not sure entirely. I died. And I've got some scattered memories of being in the Shadowfell. And then the next thing I know, I'm in a war with the Creed. Not quite sure how. Not entirely sure why either yet. But I'm here.
You are here. And putting all that aside, how are you? You never actually answered my question. How are you?
It's going to take some getting used to. An adjustment period. Not eating food, that's not been great. Not quite alive, not quite dead, that's another thing.
This is your... You're not hiding under the helmet, you are... This.
I'll just sort of show him one, like, the thinner parts of the armor and just sort of tap it. No room under this.
Good heavens. It's impressive. You are impressive, Joel. Not many can say they came back from the dead like you. You can see his eyes are watering a little bit.
Can't take credit for this.
No, I guess not. Some things are outside of our mortal hands, I gather.
But what about you, Selba?
Oh, I'm... a lot better seeing you, to be completely honest. It's been tough. I've been carrying a guilt around as of late, with you being part of the focus of it.
Why?
I always couldn't help but feel if you came into my shop that day, and I just did the right thing of turn you away, you wouldn't have done this. None of this would have happened. I wouldn't have been selfishly taken away. Your friend wouldn't have his partner shot and nearly killed. The Creed might have gone to war. I just feel
hate
that
to
at
tell
the
you,
very
but
least...
that was all happening anyway. The moment I went to your shop, the Creed marked you. So I'm afraid I apologize for that. The whole Creed going to war, that's a long story. His friend getting shot, also a bit of a story. It's not your fault, none of that. It just happened. I made a lot of choices to end up where I did.
That's true, we all make choices, but I just feel like a certain motion, a certain string of dominoes. But, like I say, having you back, maybe it wasn't the wrong path to go down. It wasn't the easiest path, but wasn't a bad one. The war is over with the Creed. You're not quite alive, but equally not quite dead, so that's a good thing. And we can move on.
Speaking of moving on, what are you doing now?
Well, I think I need to find an apprentice. These hands are not quite what they used to be after the things that happened. And he sort of gestures over his shoulder to the clock that lays in pieces on the desk behind him. So I'd like to go back to my shop soon and put out some flyers. Yes. Some flyers would be nice.
If you wanted, the Creed are reforming into a better and more public. They'd be.
I don't want to interrupt you, but my days associated with them are done. If they're going to be better for the future, fantastic. Good for them, and good for the future they usher in. But I can't associate with that. There's too much. It's just too much.
I understand. We're heading back to Taurus on our way north. You're more than welcome to travel with us.
That would be actually very handy. I would quite appreciate that. If... are you still in with the Creed? Not in with the Creed, speaking with the Creed, relations with them.
We are.
Do me a favor, boy. I don't care what you do with them, but could you please tell whoever takes charge to leave me the hell alone? Forever. Strike my name from a record, erase me from their past. Make them leave me be.
Sure, we can handle that.
Thank you. And I promise in return, I will not make any of their weapons or prototypes they once had me do. That's all behind me. Back to an honest tinker shop. Doing repairs and creating knickknacks and toys and such. That's what I want to do now, Joel.
I'm sure they'll accommodate that if we ask. We have, or my companions have a rather large amount of sway.
Exploiting political powers, eh? Nice.
Never thought it's where I'd end up.
None of us ever thought we'd end up here. But here we are. I need flyers, Joel. And he sort of turns around and starts pulling up paper, and you can see immediately just starts drafting how he's going to write this letter, and he says, no, that wouldn't do, and he starts... always gets lost in the work of writing what he's going to advertise in these flyers.
Well, I'm sure it won't take long for someone to take you up on your offer. They'd be stupid to refuse you.
Thank you, Joel. And of course, you and your friends would always be welcome in my humble establishment if you ever wanted to.
Thank you, Sauber. We'll be leaving this afternoon.
This afternoon?
I'll come get you when we're going.
I shouldn't be writing flyers, and I should be packing. Good heavens, this afternoon.
I'll leave you to it.
Thank you, Joel. And it is lovely seeing you again, my boy.
Good to see you too. And Joel will leave the room.
Leave the room. Whilst Joel's away doing this, is anything else anybody else would like to do in this interim period? By the way, it's fucking cold, but you like it. But anybody else?
Can I check in on my sister?
Certainly.
We don't need to RP it at all. I just
no.
think that...
He's basically doing a temperature check sort of thing, or?
Yeah. Can I also just send you a message of one thing I just want to mention to her?
Certainly, you absolutely can do. But again, not to RP, but you guys do get chatting and that sort of stuff as you often would. She's doing okay. She's a lot on the mend. She's basically though when your mother comes around, she's really putting on how ill she is still, just so you can stay out being queen a little bit longer. Like faking trying to go to school with a headache. She really doesn't want to go back and assume responsibility again. But other than that, she's good. Lily is also doing fantastic. She's there as well, at her side. So they're doing quite well.
Yeah.
And I'll wait for your message. But Lavender, is there anything you'd like to do in the meantime? Not a problem. Well, wait for this message from our dear boy Ghost. Oh, Falcoris, actually, sorry, after you left the room, is there anything you'd be doing? Sorry, I do apologise.
No, of course, is literally going to his room to pack up and get ready to leave.
Perfect, no, not from. Can I say this? Oh, perfect, yep. Yes, you can. Sorry.
Okay.
To me, a couple of times to read that, though, I was like, what the fuck? But yes, I am with you. Yes, you can. My blind ass. But you all, before 12 o'clock, make your way to the throne room. As not instructed per se, but we're advised to do. In there, there is a woman waiting for you. Human woman, looks to be in her early 20s, if not, just gone 20. Brunette hair that falls just past the shoulders if let loose, but currently tied back into two very, very neat buns, not a hair out of place. Pale skin, deep brown eyes with a freckled nose. She introduced herself as Arabella Acree. Excuse me. And she tells you, to cut a long story short without RPing it, that she is the apprentice to the guildmaster, and it was her responsibility to find a replacement for Calanthier, effectively. She put out some feelers in the various thieves guilds, came back with a name, and has sent a letter. It has been responded to, and she's informed this new person to meet them here in this room at 12 sharp. She is very red in the face, very nervous about being in the presence of royalty. You can tell it's probably her first major assignment ever. She has got that apprentice deep in the shit sort of look about her, sort of thing, like, oh my god, I'm actually like, sort of attitude. But yes. And you would know actually, Elder, as well, the guildmaster is an elven man by the name of Almer Chrysand. And he has served the DeSoto's since your dad became into power. What he basically does is, as guildmaster, he makes sure that all the guilds and adventuring parties are taxed and registered for legal reasons, maintenance of the various guild holds across land, and help set the price for guild bounties and rewards is his main job.
So, tell me, Arabella.
Mm-hmm.
Who is this person? What have they been involved in?
Sorry, sweaty. From my understandings, asking around, people said he's a bit of an oddball. I don't know how to quite word it. He's unique, I guess, is what they said, but he can... Sorry, is it really hot in here? He's really good at what he does.
It's alright, calm down. We're a bit of an oddball centre ourselves.
No, it's weird. I'd barely get let out behind my desk, so to be in the throne room with the defenders of the oh god, Elena, princess. She bows her head as Elena walks in with Lily at her side. This poor girl, cheeks flush red, head immediately down the bow. Elena rolls her eyes. Oh gods. Hello, you can rise. Yes, all the women in this universe sound the same because Matt can only do one female voice. She does. Your Highness? Don't. So, when are we expecting our new visitor? Arabella? 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock.
What experience does he have? Where's he been? What's he done?
I think that must be best for, you guys to find out.
Fair enough. I get it. Well, welcome to the throne room, I guess.
Oh god, it's a lot.
Would have been nice if Calanthier at least briefed us.
Oh god, maybe I should have briefed you as well, maybe. Oh no.
No,
I fucked up.
not really. No, this is...
Oh, I just swore in front of the royals. Oh god.
This poor girl's having a fucking panic attack.
Oh god, the king swore me. He's angry.
Falls to her knees.
Can I just like call someone over to like bring us some water?
Yes, the glass of water is brought.
Thank you, Your Highness. I'll treasure it forever. Always. Thank you. I'll remember this.
Long glug. But time passes, and you guys are a little bit early, obviously, just to make sure you are on time, to meet this person. And sure enough, the sun reaches its highest point in the sky, and 12 o'clock roams around. You guys also look towards the door expectantly. 5 minutes pass. Another 5 minutes pass. With each second that ticks by, Arabella's cheeks are getting redder and redder. Every time anyone looks at her, either accidentally or deliberate, she's either mouthing the word or saying sorry. Until finally, as you guys are getting bored, about 30 minutes later, the door swings open. Mr. Anno, please describe what they see entering through this door.
I have an image, if you like.
Oh, beautiful. Yes, please.
Which I will put in general, I believe.
I will
Gen
also
pop.
drop that into the SWF chat if you don't mind.
Yes.
Yes, you may.
Fuck's sake.
Exclamation point Discord.
Unhelmeted though. It's swinging by his side at the moment. But it's a fairly unremarkable looking individual. He's got sort of ashy sort of hair, a very scraggly sort of face beard, a massive scar from the top of his temple down here, and another one across his cheek that cuts part of his ear off, essentially. He looks flushed. He has a pretty large red sort of mark on his face that looks a lot like a punch mark. His armor is maintained functionally, but it's not polished or anything. It looks like it's just for function. It's certainly seen better days, and his helmet very loosely hangs with a around his belt, essentially with just a loop off of the belt as he comes in a little flushed, seeming like he's maybe had a small sprint.
As you enter the room, you've never been in this fucking palace before. This is the upper class aristocrat bullshit life. But you got the letter, you rolled your eyes and read it, but thought, you know what? Fuck it. What's the worst that can happen? If not, there's a promise of something in it for me at the end of the day. You got here, and these palaces, maze, honest to God, labyrinth, and you got horrifically lost. But you being you, just too stubborn to ask someone for help, you will find this goddamn throne, which is the last thing that you do. Until 30 minutes later, you come barging into this room. All heads turn, yourselves included the party. You all see this, as Anno's described, man enters the room in, again, this functional armor, but it's not polished, it's not cleaned, it's just functional and only that. Elena, who's been currently sort of sitting here rolling her eyes, chatting to Lily, all look at you. And you recognize the princess slash, at this moment in time, queen of the land, technically. You know who these people are, apart from this party that surrounds her. And when the door opens, you can see that Arabella lets out the biggest sigh of her life, almost draining the red out of her cheeks to see that you actually showed up.
He'll just wave a hand and then just kneel slightly, it's very sort of not like fit, essentially, like he needs to catch his breath. He'll stand up and clear his throat.
Well, now that you're here, I am Elena, queen of the land, and who might you be to grace us with your timely presence?
I apologize about that, if I'll be honest. It's a little bit of a big place. You may call me Wash.
Wash?
Yeah, I know it's strange.
It's unique. So, Arabella over here has informed us that you are to be the runner for the Defender of the Throne's replacement. Well, one of their parties replaced, not replacing all of them.
Apparently... I just answered a letter, if I'll be entirely honest.
Okay, why don't you tell us a bit about yourself, then?
I've been working for the guild since I was 18. I am now 24, I suppose. I'm decently handy with my armor and my hammer. And you can see he's wielding a Lucerne hammer on his back. I've been trained for quite a long time, and I believe I'm, apparently some have seen fit to ask me to join in this service, though I don't really understand why.
He came very highly recommended. Thank you, Arabella. Thank you so much.
Tell me, Wash. What experience do you have out in the field?
I have been the de facto frontline stand-in, I suppose, for many of the parties under the Adventuring Guild. most of the time specifically requisitioned by the guildmaster himself to join parties that do not or aren't capable of undertaking certain tasks, and they might be a bit stubborn.
All right. What's your greatest achievement?
I mean, the hill giants weren't bad. But I don't know. You'd have to ask other people, I'll be honest. I just go there, I do the job, and I come back. I don't make friends.
What's
Easier
your
that way.
what would you say is your fighting style?
No offense, but is this meant to be some fucking interview, or
Pretty much.
am I supposed to be here for a job? Because I've been called here specifically out my day.
No. More or less.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Exactly. Can you sell me this pen? Oh, this quill, sorry. No.
See this fucking quill?
Yeah, I bought you that quill.
I know you did, but it's a lovely quill.
I know, I love that quill. Anyways, no, sorry to come across like that. It's just one of our own left to do his own adventure, and we need somebody to fill his spot, and he took it upon himself to look out and try and find somebody to do that. We have no idea who you are, no offense, but
Feelings, if I'll be entirely honest.
that's fair. So I'm trying to figure out where you slot in, if you are similar to him or if you're completely different and we have a different dynamic on our hands.
Whilst this conversation is happening, sorry to interrupt there. With Falcoros being busy, I say Lavender, with your high passive perception, you'd notice that Arabella is basically having an internal screaming match with herself over how this conversation is going. With you not being in the conversation directly, just look over at Arabella, and she's calm in the face, but you know internally what you hear is.
Can I just kind of whisper to the queen to try and get her someone to go get her a chair or something?
Certainly you can do. Elena will then whisper over to Lily, and Lily rolls her eyes and fetches a chair. Deliberately picking up to not drag the feet over, and then puts it behind Arabella. Arabella looks at Lily, the chair, Lily, the chair, the room, the chair. Lily puts a hand on the shoulder and just pushes her onto the chair. And Lily just stays next to her with a hand on her shoulder, trying to, like the soothing thumb moving over, trying to keep the poor wee thing calm.
Look, I don't have any capability of being ranged. I get in people's faces and I bash their armor to pieces. That's about it.
Perfect.
I'm there to take punishment and I'm there to give it out, essentially.
Perfect.
If that's what you're looking for, then perfect. I'll be happy to work with you. I still don't know why the fuck I was specifically called here, or many of who you are. I don't exactly keep up with...
Suppose that's rude of me. Sorry. I'm Falcoris Silren. This here, and I'll point to each and individual of the Twilight Company, is the Twilight Company.
Oh, I've heard that name. Took you a while to fucking register with the guild, but yeah.
Tax dodging reasons.
Yeah, pretty much. No offense, Elena. Anyways,
you know, honestly, that's why I'm a solo adventurer, less tax.
Arabella's sort of, our rates are quite high these days, Princess, sorry.
Nudge, wink, wink.
20% of my income for something you didn't do?
anyways, sorry. Our friend and one of our party members, Ganthy, has decided to do his own thing. For a while. That's why we needed somebody to fill his shoes. So, like I said, he decided to reach out, try and find somebody who's similar to him. And bring in his, I don't want to call you a replacement, but just bring in somebody to the fold.
I am a replacement.
In a way.
I'm okay with being a replacement, that's fine.
All
I'm
right.
not permanent. I know that.
But yeah, sorry for the interview. I just needed to know where you stood. We are an odd bunch ourselves, and we'll get into rather ambiguous stuff as well.
All right, I got 2 questions.
Go for it.
I love this
One,
man.
do you just go in and fuck people up who deserve it?
Yes.
As best we can.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. And what the fuck is that? And I'll point at Joel.
The large metal suit.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. Fuck. I keep on forgetting you're gonna be standing out nowadays.
Why am I staring into a soot-filled fucking piece of armor that talked?
Joel?
About dodging
Don't worry, it
taxes.
doesn't have much about personality.
The tax thing I agree with. I just wonder, what the fuck is it?
Joel?
I don't know how you class me, to be honest. I
Right.
was alive, then I died. Now I'm stuck in the middle.
You know, I've heard fucking weirder things, so whatever, that's fine, okay. Enough.
Do you have any particular ailments with any gods or anything? Just
Some.
more specifically, the Raven Queen.
No, I've never met or had anything to do with the Raven Queen.
Perfect.
We'll get along just fine.
Sure thing, suit of armor.
Could be worse. Could be called Wash.
Alright, sootbag.
Oh
This
yes.
is gonna be fun.
I kind of stand back a little and kind of nudge into Killigorm and be like, he can take all Joel's brunt now. Thank fuck for that.
I kind of ship them.
Yeah. It'd be a little bit harder now, I think, Killigorm. Just a
No,
tiny
it'll be
bit.
very hard.
Just
Metal docking, basically.
God damn.
It's just gonna sound like a blacksmith working on something, to be honest. Just
Forge the night, baby. Forge you like some good steel.
we're quite literally forging a relationship right now.
Yeah. Well, so you're happy with this arrangement, Wash? You can get kitted out.
I don't have any Hey, get it out. What do you mean? What's wrong with my...
Just, make sure you're equipped. If there's anything you need. We do have,
No, I think I'll be perfectly fine with what I have. Thank you very much.
Are you dead sentimental, your armor?
More, I don't trust other people's armor.
What about magical armor?
Not the greatest fan of certain kinds of magic, to be honest.
What about an armor that's literally an oven?
Doesn't sound particularly comfortable, to be honest. Is that what happened to him? Point at Joel again.
Here's another story.
No, I died fighting the champion of the god.
And now he's kind of the champion of that god. It's a confusing matter.
Aye, and I'm a champion in and of itself. Okay.
A champion of cleaning.
Aye, maybe I'll take you then, so back. Can have some fun. I'd be able to see out your fucking filthy armor.
Well, I'll tell you what. We will we'll let you look over the armor in a bit. Our mission now is we're going north. First of all, we're stopping in to talk to a certain drow. And then we're moving on our way. We're going to be hunting the Thunderbrands.
Now, Wash, you definitely know the Thunderbrands. You've been on many a mission to deal with them. Pushing too far down to the south, just be heads up. You've dealt with them.
Perfect. Just a wee little kind of... A weirdly happy smile will creep across his face, essentially.
and in particular, we're hunting Orknak the Holy.
You're hunting the leader.
Gotta cut the head off the snake.
Well, that's something I can get behind. It sounds like a lot of fun, I'll be honest. As long as I get the first swipe on him, I think I'm happy.
I'll race you to.
Well, on that note, Lily pipes up a little bit. Elena sort of furrows her brow a little bit, seeing Lily pipe up, you know, clearly going on something what you guys just said there. Lily sort of looks over at Elena and sort of like, mouth sorry to her. Emmerich gave me information on the Thunderbrands. Sorry. Didn't trust you with it, but trusted me. I know why. Babe, you're fucking reckless.
You mean like turning invisible and running in by yourself and
That
stuff?
never happened. Never happened.
Anyways,
I can take it out the history books. Not a thing. Take out my fucking mind, babe. Anyway, she pulls out again this little folder and presents it like to the group sort of thing, to whoever will take it. Information on the Thunderbrand's last whereabouts from scouts up north. Now, it ain't good news. Not gonna lie. Scouts have been tracking their movements. The monastery, the Sunstop Monastery, has fallen under their control completely, and they're using it as a base of operations. We thought they were, you know, probing to see if they can get in, and we thought the monastery could hold its own, but no. The monastery has fallen under Thunderbrand control. And they're sort of holed up there. Why wouldn't they? Mountain town defense area. Words escape me. Easily defendable. Only a few known ways in. It's a perfect place for him. Bunch of bastards. They're holed up there. And there's been sightings of the chief inside the monastery, but that's about all we know. Hell of a first mission for you, Wash.
A good way to stretch legs, I guess, you know?
I like your style, son. I like your style.
At least we know where he's held up.
Yeah.
Do we have any word of the monks?
No one's come down the mountain. We don't know what befell them. If they're... I don't know if the Thunderbrands are so kind to keep prisoners.
yeah.
Emmerich also gave me information on the monastery if you need it. From what we know.
We'll take what we can get.
Brilliant. She'll pass out. I'll give you the information after this little library scene if you have any questions. But yeah. This is... It's where he's at. And Elena, now that I've given this information, again, from Emmerich and your mum, I want a strict instruction that you stay within these palace walls until we get a message from these guys saying otherwise. You can't be fucking serious, deadly serious. You sit the fuck back down.
Elena, Your Majesty.
Of course, Captain. She's saying through very gritted teeth.
We've got a title now. Given partly probably agreed on by yourself. Defenders of the throne. Let us do our job.
He stands up quite abruptly. Not like throwing the chair back behind her sort of thing, but because it's quite a heavy fucking chair, but if she could, she might well have done. And she gets in your face, Falcorus. Nose to nose, almost.
Wow, 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 wow.
Just get it fucking done.
And she brushes her shoulder past you. You can see where she that the tears were in her eyes, no insight required. She is unhappy with this arrangement.
As she brushes past, I'll just say, understood, and it'll be done.
She doesn't respond. She just storms out the room. Lily goes, fuck.
As Lily's walking by, I'll just be like, sorry, but she had to hear it.
No. I was gonna tell her anyway, so at least you've ruined your relationship and you haven't ruined one of my girlfriends, so thank you.
She'll be fine.
Chases after.
Just before she goes, I'll be like, she'll be fine.
She peeks her head around the door. I'll make sure of it. And so are you guys. And she disappears.
Though, on that note,
It was you guys and Arabella, the quivering mess in the corner.
I'll turn to Kelligorm. No rash decisions from you. Yeah?
Yeah.
We need clear minds if we're going to do this properly and get back what's property of yours. Then we need clear minds. We need to be rational. Think about it. These guys are brutal. They might not have tactics per se. They will have some. But we need to make sure that we're not fucking up. And if you go in there rash, it will fuck everything up.
Understood.
Same goes for you too, Sponge.
Alright, so bitch.
Sponge. Oh god.
You got a problem with not thinking to your head, Prince?
It's personal vendetta.
Mm-hmm. Guess you'll get a personal casket as well if you fuck it up.
Also, lighten the mood a little bit. I suppose I introduced you to the Twilight Company. I didn't introduce you to these two who are part of the Twilight Company. You've got Silvery, who... Wait, where the fuck did he go? And you've also got Brownie.
The fucking mental owl. I met him in the corridor. He attacked.
Oh, is that where he went?
You were actually about to be on time. This fucking owl chased you down a random corridor.
Valid.
And Brownie, a bear.
I've seen weirder.
You seen this big brown bear sitting next to this woman who definitely doesn't have purple hair.
Is he your bear?
I'll look at Taylor. Lavender! I do this all the time! I'm sorry!
Come on! Look at Jesus as well. Is Jesus also in the room?
Jesus might be in the room. Lavender!
I know that guy.
Am I a joke to you?
No, I'm sorry. I'm just sorry.
He's just sitting in the corner dribbling.
Yeah, we'll look at Lavender
He's
after he
risen.
says about the bear being ours.
Bear's mine.
Yeah, that's cool.
I just love how chill fucking washes, man. He's like, yeah, sure. Fucking such a.
He's seen some
guy.
shit, man.
Yeah.
He's seen some shit. Adventure guild trauma, bro.
Oh, he's not fucking here. I was gonna say something to Elril, but he's not here right now.
He's dead.
He's dead. Yep. Joel finally did it.
While everyone was distracted, Joel killed him over the high tax rates.
Your kind make me sick.
20%
But yes, you guys basically have the afternoon until you guys need to, at your own time scale, set forth. Again, if you want to pass on the information to obviously our boy, because he's not here right now, whatever he misses, about the monastery, what information that you are given there. The Suntop Monastery is one of the oldest buildings in Lorenthal. Its actual construction is lost. We don't know how old it is. All that is known for certain is it is one of the oldest. He's actually about to just reword that for him.
Okay.
Hey, buddy. So just literally about to give up information about the monastery there, for yourself. So all you basically miss is me saying that the monastery is the oldest building in all of Lorenthal. It's actually so old. Its original construction date has been lost. We don't know how old it actually is. It swears politically no allegiance to the throne here, to the throne anybody else. It is completely independent per se, and it has been used for delegations and meetings of rivaling nations, that sort of stuff. Like back when the Republic of Tyria, before it was the Republic and Lorenthal was Lorenthal, when there was a war going on, the two leading factions met in the Sunset Monastery, and the border was created in that building, creating the Republic and Lorenthal that we know today. Excuse me.
It's a place not of holy worship, but spiritual worship. So people from all walks of life may find themselves here to either find themselves, have a spiritual awakening, or train in the ancient passed down martial arts. Some of these martial arts even rumored to have people learn to command the elements themselves to their will. And what is it? The current head of the monastery is an individual who's simply known as the Eternal. And not much is known about them. Some will say, if you ask someone, it's a man. Others say it's a woman. Some say it's a powerful dragonborn with untold strength. Some say it's a frail-looking halfling, but crossed out at your own peril. Either way, the Eternal's identity is a well-kept secret, deliberate or otherwise. And that's what is really known about the monastery. People can come and go. In normal times, there's not, a band of Thunderbrands at your doorstep. You could come and go up to as much as you wanted to. The only thing that was asked is you don't tell what you find inside.
So not only have they found their mountain fortress, they found the oldest and most secretive building in all Lorenzo.
Probably too much to hope they found enlightenment on the way, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you are going to guy called Cheap of like the Holy, so you never know.
Be very ironic if the Eternal didn't make it out.
Old fortresses have old flaws. It's not like they've moved in and they can know all the flaws themselves, have they? Because we don't know them doesn't mean they do.
Oh, I agree.
We'll find a way. That's all right.
So we're going to launch a 5-man assault on a Thunderbrand fortress.
We'll do a bit of recon first. Try and see if we can find any way in. It's better to try and sneak in, to be honest with you.
So it's a 5-man incursion into a fully armed fortress.
Yeah.
It's good
to start a fight. Which will then turn into a 5-man battle versus a full fortress.
Yeah.
I'm just getting used to the idea of being immortal. I'd rather not test the limits.
Well, I mean, Joel, we can test the limits anytime you want.
I'd like to see you try, big man.
I've already put you down once.
Fucking hell.
Careful, Sponge.
Anyways, the main goal is to get that fucking crown.
Not gonna be easy.
No.
It's not something I can just steal.
I'm gonna imagine it's probably on top of his fucking head.
No. Have you ever seen the crown?
Maybe once in passing, way back when I was young. I don't know.
It's magical wood, questing and covered in thorns. That
very biblical.
When a member of the De Soto bloodline holds, it blooms into these white roses. When he killed my brother, they say that he took the crown and forced it up his arm. It's a armband.
That's alright. We just need to chop off his arm.
Yeah.
Pretty hardcore, to be honest. Fucking hell. Orcs are wild.
Yeah. So, it's not something we can just pull off of him.
Alright.
Yeah, so for DeSoto, just for clarity again, for DeSoto, the thorns disappear. And for anyone else to touch it, the thorns come out as like a self-defense sort of thing. And this chief fucking pulled it up his own arm. All the way up. It's fucking badass, man.
I suppose enough talking, let's get going. We've got to stop into this drow first.
Yeah. Stop in New Taurus on the way. Drop Salber off.
Oh, Salber coming.
He's coming.
Alright.
Great.
Arabella, sorry, you've been sitting there for...
Yep, I've been here.
Yep.
I've been here so long.
Yep.
No one's dismissed me yet.
Nope, you can be dismissed.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
She looks at you, Elleril. Head down, Elleril. Can I give you a letter? Your Highness, Sire, Sir, Your Worship, Your Grace.
Of course.
Don't give him a big head, please.
She hands you a letter, and it's been very hastily written. It's not a letter, it's a folded handkerchief that she's hastily written whilst you guys have been having a conversation. It just simply says, I do think guild taxes are too high. She... Good afternoon. And she fucking books it.
Just on the way out, just see you, Bella. Say hello to the old one for me.
I will, thank you. Any message? Nope, I'm just gonna go. Thank you.
I think she's a fan. Gonna go?
Yeah. It's just very brave for what she does. I just tuck it into the... whatever.
No one sees what Elleril is hiding. Elleril scratches out high and writes low.
What are the tax rates for Defenders of the Throne these days?
Oh, you get a discount. It's only 19%.
We get paid the tax.
That's it.
We get paid out of the public purse.
You wish. You wish.
Fucking Defenders of the Throne. I fucking hope we do.
Who said it's a paid promotion?
God damn it.
This like one of those annoying training jobs. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna give you a promotion. We're gonna give you more work, more hours. No pay though. It's the exact same. This is what their title is.
We're just
We're gonna give you a promotion. Now, the pros, there aren't really any. Cons,
Just sounds
fucking
nice.
everything.
Alright, well,
Okay.
Joel, you want to get sober? We'll head out.
Sure. See you in a few, washcloth.
I can't wait for this.
You're funny. You're funny, walking shadow. Edgy motherfucker.
I'll just, as I'm walking out the door, cool name.
No, it's not.
Joel, you go grab Salvo. You make your way again to the same room that you left him in earlier. And I wouldn't say with a spring in your step, but going to see Salvo again does feel a little bit of happiness internally. You knock on his door, and again you hear the voice tell you to enter. And as you open, as almost the door opens, like something shuts over your mind, you look into this room and see this strange, frail old man before you. He looks so familiar. God, you know him. Joel, my boy, are we good to go?
I was just gonna keep staring at him.
Joel? Salber. It's fucking Salber, of course it is. Obviously.
Just quietly shake my head there. Sorry. Yeah, we're getting ready to leave.
Fantastic. Well, I'm all packed. Are you going to... shall I meet you somewhere? Do you want me to come with you now?
We'll head out now. You can come meet SpongeBoy. And I'll pick up
SpongeBoy.
Salva's bag or case or whatever it is he's got.
SpongeBoy me, Bob! Sorry.
Are you ready, kids?
No!
You pick up Salber's suitcase. It's one of those like old school, like, you know, circular trunk sort of things. Quite thick leather. You pick up easily in one hand and escort him down to your friends / colleagues, wherever you like to address them as.
Acquaintances.
That's the one. The rest of you are gonna guess have taken time to obviously pack your bags and get ready for the trip ahead. Whilst you are handed, whilst you guys are fucking around, when they're fucking around, you are handed a pouch which contains your payment as promised for attending.
Oh, nice.
It was as easy as that.
Ghost takes 20% out of the pouch.
See, just while that's going on, can I arrange for a pony to
Certainly.
for Salver?
Oh.
Like, you fucking boozy ass bitch, man. I am the prince. I give it up, but I want a pony.
Really, Prince?
Well, only a couple of days in the capital, he's like, oh, old habits die hard. A pony if I must, father.
Time to use that taxpayer money correctly.
Bloodbath, I think, would suit quite nicely.
It's so hard being a royal.
It's too real, Roy. It's too real.
Matt, how much will that set me back?
Pony, mates rates plus 20% for tax. I don't know. Let's say, are you renting it? You buying it? Just taking it to your tourist, drop off at the stable, or?
Yeah,
You could just steal it. I mean,
We'll
just saying.
that round trip for your tourist, again, being the king, technically speaking at this point, 10 gold.
Okay, perfect.
And the instruction is, again, as was before when you last took out horses, you don't take it back, you leave it at the stables at your tourist, and they'll, turn it back and forth sort of thing. Yeah, easily enough.
See, don't mind, just before I leave, can I catch up with Emmerich?
Certainly. You find him nose in a million books as per usual. And as you come in the room, just a moment, my dear boy, just but a moment. And you see that as he's looking at this mage hand, this large, glowing orb is in front. It's very explosive, and I'd rather you not speak. And he sets it down. How can I help you out today, sir?
Never mind. With my father on his way,
Yes.
can you do me a favor? Can you send a message to my family, the dwarves at Beacon Blessing, and my mother? They don't know how to contact her. Tell her that he is coming. And if she wants to attend, and I'll pull out some of the pouch of the money and I'll pull out 50 gold. I don't know if you do this yourself or if you put it with somebody on it, which is fair enough. But get her something nice to wear. A good dress if she wants to attend. Bring her along. As much as I don't like my father, I'm pretty sure my mother would love to see him.
A shopping trip.
A shopping trip.
You're asking me to go shopping.
You're the only one I know who's very good with their fabrics, so...
Puts a hand on your chest. You do flatter me, my boy.
No.
Of course.
No.
Ship just drops.
No. Wrong ship.
No, trust me, I'm still getting over it.
Okay.
You're just a rebound.
There is no rebound. This.
Oh,
Anyways.
you tease.
God damn it.
Marriage proposal already, Jesus.
Anyways.
No, of course, I will seek this one myself personally. If it's
Appreciate
your
that.
mother, she gets all my attention. She will get the full Pavmar treatment if she decides to come as well. You have my word.
I will say she's frail. She's getting old.
Worry not. Lewis, shut
Watch
up.
out.
Mum, Emmerich's on down.
Bro, the joke's just write itself, I'm not gonna lie.
She'll be well looked after. Don't fuck off. I can't get out of my head. Nothing I'll fucking say. She'll be taken care of
Appreciate it,
and
Emmerich.
under my protection at all times.
Appreciate it.
Watch out for those hips, man.
They
Hip
schmoovy.
replacements aren't cheap these
And-
days.
Valgoris will actually fucking just leave.
Actually, before you leave,
Mm,
I have something for you. Not for you, but for the group. But
okay.
you and I spoke about this previously, and I'd like you to... It's all a matter of quite urgent matters.
Okay.
That cube,
Mm.
it's causing a stir. There are people, like myself, who would much rather see it destroyed and buried to be forgotten about. There are others within these chamber circles who would see its opposite. There are some who would see it repaired and its blueprints found and replicated. The argument being, if Palma should ever come attack from a outside magical attack, we have a defense. I can see the logic in that, don't get me wrong. However, your internal practitioners would suffer, such as I. There's also human nature, malice involved. Whatever you guys think would be the best choice, I just don't like it. It gives me the ick.
but that's because I am affected by it. So my personal feelings towards it will get in the way and maybe cloud my judgment. So I'd like to put it to your group again, as you were there, because no one can decide within the council right now what to do. And not your mother, the queen and the queen consort are quite busy right now. I need a decision. I wouldn't say soonest, but, the longer that we dilly-dally, I fear that malice may overstep a mark.
Well, Emmerich, obviously I don't have the party with me, but...
No, and that's why I'd ask you to relay the message.
I'll relay the message. But here's the thing. You're the one that's got the mind. You're the one that would know. Let's research it a little bit further. Try and find out what you can about it. Because, let's be honest, if we are going to be taking on an invasion from another fucking dimension, that thing might be useful to us. But, I understand what you're saying. The malice.
And here's the thing.
There's too many people out there that could use that for a lot worse.
And here's the thing. I hate that you're right. I hate that we have an invasion from an extra-planar thing. Teleportation magic is quite a powerful spell. I couldn't teleport in that room. I could feel my restriction. That solves so many problems at our end, logistically speaking, for a battle. But fuck me, do I hate that.
This might be a weird... a weird idea that you said that. Could you downscale it to little cubes? Little. Enough to cover the palace so nobody can teleport in.
I need to speak to a certain Silver Song. But I can ask the question.
Not so much that it doesn't damage
you. The good thing
you.
is now, putting me aside, the good thing is we now have the Creed back on our side again, with Miss Silversong's cooperation. So I could ask her.
Emmerich.
I know she didn't construct it, but her people certainly did.
Emmerich, before I didn't trust you. I really didn't.
Oh, I'm hurt.
Now I do. So whatever you decide is probably the best route forward. I understand, like I said, this could be a weapon that we could use in this coming fight. At the same time, I understand the risks. So whatever you decide is probably the best course of action. I will take it to the party, and we'll see what they think. I've got a funny feeling they want to go down the route of destroying it.
I just don't want my biases to overstep any marks. I know my position in this palace is quite high, and I can say that to you because Ella isn't here. I know I have been blessed in a position of power. I'm fully aware of that. But bias is still a thing. And I hate that. And I will let it get in the way of my duties. That's the issue.
Well, I implore you to think rationally while you're doing it.
I shall try my utmost.
If you think, even with this invasion on our hands, if you still think this is better to be destroyed, that's the route we go. Like I said, I'll ask the party. But I've got a funny feeling the overwhelming decision will be to destroy it. Me, personally, I sit on the fence on this one. I can see both sides. But
quite the dilemma. But I trust you guys.
I trust
and
you.
Whatever comes further down the line, so be it. You might see me with a bit of frown on my cheerful face otherwise. But go, cause havoc in the world, my boy. Rain hell for me, whilst I'm tied down to civic duties and wardrobe shopping.
Enjoy the shopping. And thank you again.
I will. Oh, no, never mind.
Say it.
I was going to give you your change, and he pushes back the 50 gold. I've got raw treasury funds.
Alright, if my mother...
Of course. He leans in. The money I want to spend on your mother to make her look fabulous for the ball. 50 gold won't touch it, darling.
You fucking rich folk. And I'll literally just turn and walk.
And he smiles. The rest of you find Falcoris come back to the party later. Bags all packed, pony saddled with Salber on the back of it, ready to go. Yeah.
Just before we go again, we don't have to RP it, but I'll just relay to someone to get a message to the Creed to tell them to leave Salber alone. Just
easily enough, yeah. You can.
Yeah, just tell someone basically like, right, see that guy there?
No.
Fucking ignore him.
It's under Joel's protection.
Yeah, absolutely. You can get that message passed along very easily enough. Excuse me.
All right, are we all ready? Need anything else?
I've got an owl. I've got the owl. Silvery.
Got the owl.
Eventually, annoyingly, Silvery returns a few minutes late, like a certain someone in the room. But Silvery does come.
Good to go.
So, go. Set off.
Yeah. And with that,
Albert, take off.
Wait, slow down, Salva. Fucking hell.
never to be seen again. But again, we'll probably skip forward a little bit for the sake of easiness. You guys take to the road, and make the well-paved trek to the city of Eutorus. You may spend obviously a couple of nights doing so. If there's any obviously chats you guys want to have in the meantime, or any
just one for Falcoris, it will drop that into your laps of the cube. Once we're like away and we're in the magical tent, which Wash. Well, this is the first time you probably see this.
Here's a problem. I
know. I was just about to say.
It's fucking cold.
There is a problem, Wash. The room that you'll be taking is a bit. Do you like the cold? Do you like being cold by any chance?
I'll be honest. I'll sleep outside your freaky tent if
That's
it's
fair.
a problem.
That's fair.
I mean, I don't feel the cold and I don't need to sleep, so. How do you feel about rocks?
So his options are
What kind of a
fake
flex
snow
is
or
that?
a fucking rock.
You gotta treat this man with fucking love.
His options are fake snow or a literal rock.
You know,
I've got a hay bale you can sleep on.
I actually have a spare bed hammock, technically.
You do. From when Lucia was out and about, yeah.
How do you feel
So
about
sad
the
you think about
ground?
I gave Lavender a friend and took her away.
Literally.
savage.
Oh, that's me, baby. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah.
Elrond gets really protective over his room.
This fucker's got his own bath, so...
He just shuts himself in it and you hear the door lock.
Who fucking knew tents could lock?
Wait. Caligorn, come back out here. I need to talk something serious.
You just hear to unlock.
Might be a way for a bath.
It was on bar sliders at the door. Actually, was the Lucy's eyes looking through.
It's like a child.
He might be a way for a bath. So.
No, he's look. You can see him. He's peeking.
You can see shadow under the door.
He's peeking.
The cube.
The
The cube.
Well,
The cube. The cube.
fully understand Emmerich's concern, especially teleporting out. But what if we use the cube as a weapon in another city like Rasenfort? No.
Are you
There's not a
planning on
large arcane
invading
community.
Brazenfort?
No, it's defense, idiot.
What is with all the insults?
These guys are
What?
fuck.
We're real sassy today. Like, I know we're usually a little sassy, but I feel like we're real sassy today.
Wash effect is fine.
Agreeing with Lavender.
I mean, Emmerich has plans to establish a magic college in Pavmar.
If you spoke to your mother
Somewhere.
about it.
Yeah. I'll do that eventually.
Well,
I around to it.
I gave him the idea of breaking it down into little cubes, whether or not it's through that or create new ones. The cubes. No. Because he said that you couldn't teleport near it. So I was thinking if we can break it down and place it safely around the palace, then I couldn't get in the palace as a defense point. I don't know about Brazenfort. I've got a funny feeling they'll try and take over Pavmar first.
I think they would, but we gotta bear in mind Brazenfort's massive city.
True.
It's we don't have. I mean, as far as I'm aware, there's nothing inherently magical about Immersive for it.
Well,
A lot of militia, a lot of soldiers.
to a vote,
That's martial prowess that they have.
because we have to decide one way or another. I'm on the fence. I'm finding it really hard to decide which way. But if we go around everybody, Wash, I suppose there's not much you know about this, but let's put it this way. Magical cube, anti-magic zone. Anybody who's magical gets hurt trying to do any sort of magic around it. We're deciding if we should keep it and risk the potential of somebody using it for malintent, or we get rid of it, destroy it, and so nobody can use
The
it.
cube in my chest.
Cube. It's basically the premise of it that we know of it. There's not much that we know of it fully.
We know it's called the Allspark, and
The
that's as far as we've gone.
So you know it's a cube. And that you kinda do the magic wizard
cube.
wap shit about.
Pretty much.
Really got anything to do with me, does it?
All
You're
right.
the ones who found it.
He abstains. Gilligan.
I'm fairly indifferent, to be honest.
I
I can
got
see benefit from both sides.
fucking well. Joel.
Destroy it.
Lavender.
Can I get a pass on this one?
Why is everybody passing?
So only one of us voted. I win.
Did you get your other companion's opinion before he left?
Calanthea. I've got a funny feeling Calanthea would say destroy it as well. But we don't know. He's gone.
It's only there was a way
It could be
find
used to
out.
hurt
That's what you
people.
fucking said. The conversation before, and he said destroy it.
I
Yeah,
know.
it could be used to hurt people.
Lavender's right.
Does that mean you're voting to destroy it?
Why don't you destroy it? What's the problem with destroying it? What changes? You're on the same playing field as you were before.
It's not. Oh shit! You don't know. Let's put it this way. Do you know of the Shadowfell?
Would I be aware, through the whisperings of the guild, what's going on with the whole teleport bullshit?
There is I say whispers amongst the guild, and they are just whispers. Of would you look at teleportations, sites of the Shadowfell, especially after the attack on Pavmar. Those whispers were more confirmed to be maybe accurate whispers, but nothing in the guild's concrete. But yeah, you've got ideas.
Is this all about the fucking attack on Pavmar and the teleporting bullshit?
Yes.
Fucking same point applies. Nothing's changed. Fucking held them off. 2 spider dragons, or whatever the fuck they were.
Yeah,
Creepy
but
looking bastards.
that's nothing compared
held
to
them
what could
off.
come through.
Okay. Plan for it then. Don't do it to a ridiculous degree. If you have to make a plan where you have to consider if somebody's going to use it against you, it's a shit plan.
But
If you're going to make a plan, make it a foolproof plan. Where you control the variables, not someone else.
on the
Not the
contrary,
random variable of, oh, if somebody else grabs it, we're fucked.
if we can use that cube to stop an invasion, at least part of it.
Well, fucking turn around and fucking change it then.
Oh, listen, I'm not
You know what,
arguing.
you know what you could do? Genuinely, you figure out how they're teleporting. Why the fuck don't you just send an army first?
We've. How do I put it? The Shadowfell's a
Figure
fucked
out
up
how
place.
they're- Yeah, aye. Oh, fucking Ramel's dead, obviously.
Kinda.
Not quite.
Figure that.
Anyways, I'm not arguing for it. I'm just putting the idea out there. that we could
I've
use
rolled
it.
You've had 2 people who say no, break it, and then you're still arguing for it. I'm just
Oh,
saying.
I was just trying to inform you. Can we get
Starting to
Callanfield
like
back
this
soon?
guy.
Anyways, I presume destroy it then.
Well, you asked for a vote.
I
2
know.
of us voted to destroy it. 2 of you didn't vote. So, unless you 2 are going to vote against us and vote to keep it,
No, Callanfield also
yeah.
voted. He voted to destroy it.
Okay.
I remember his
so
conversation.
that's 3.
Right, well. Do we have a way to
think,
contact Emmerich when we're out in the field?
Do you?
I don't think we do.
You just throw a sparrow.
Or
in
take
the
off his
direction.
shirt and wave it around. He'll come running.
Hang on. I think
He drops trow.
I have something to contact him, but you may need to give me a while. To,
Oh no! I dropped the soap.
Okay, well.
It's not fucking.
Telegon.
yeah,
If
I'll see if I can.
relay
Keep
that
working.
message. Destroy the cube.
The cube.
The cube.
Push
Star
it into his
Space.
chest.
So, Elleril, how do you prepare a message? Are you typing? You sending me private shit? I saw your hands reach for the keyboard. You do a little slut. What are you
yeah,
sending me?
I was going to.
Destroy the cube and booty call all at once.
I go back in.
Destroy the
I go
cube
into
and
the,
There are
I
2
go into
things
the
that
room.
need destroying.
and I just start
Doesn't
studying
all
that
mean they're
book.
dead.
Yeah.
Pretty much just staying up as long as I need to until I'm confident enough.
I mean, the good thing
Yeah.
with you being your elven heritage, you don't need a long rest. You can, well, you know, technically speaking, yes, but you take
Yeah.
the 4 hours instead, so you can stay up later into the night,
And
reading,
then
studying, and dare I
then
say,
I'll
practicing.
Conjure Familiar.
Perfect. And as you sort of reach out into the ether, and when you conjure familiar, you're breaking the spiritual barrier. It's not into like the astral sea or anything else like that, but it's where spirits reside. This individual plane, and you push through this veil with your mind. And what comes out the other side? What do you summon, intentionally or otherwise?
I
comes
summoned
through?
a little magpie.
This little magpie pops out and lands in front of you.
Oh boy.
And then I'll,
That's dinner.
You guys don't see this. This is, you know, in the privacy of his own room.
Yeah, but somewhere in his like little cot at the moment, fucking Falcoris stirs and goes, "Oh no, Silvery's fucking mad. I can feel it. Where is he? Where is he?"
so I'll just telepathically communicate with it,
Mhm.
showing it the kind of route home where I live, and I'll write a little note.
Yep.
Just saying, the Twilight Company thinks you should destroy it. It's E. Let's tie it to it, and then I just release it into the outside the tent.
No worries.
So here we go.
You do what something people can't see, or you just like trying to keep it a secret sort of thing, just so I know.
No,
you know, if
I
you're
was. My intention was to stay up all night, learn how to do it, and then
in the morning. Do it.
in the morning, show everyone I'll be.
Well, from you guys' perspective, and the non-party, well, the party, sorry, that isn't Kelagorm, you guys say goodnight, and Kelagorm, as you hear, locks his tent door. And in the morning, he comes out with a fucking bird in his hand, with a little note tied to its leg. Tiny little, cute little bird.
This is
Now, where'd you find that?
this is my friend Andor.
Andor.
He's
Yeah.
he's made friends with the fucking wildlife.
Lavender.
The animal thing's mine. You can't just take my thing.
It's
Now let's
You're
do it.
already the king. You can't have two things.
he's technically
This is
not
getting out of
that
hand. Now there are 2 of them.
bad.
Do you want my
Okay,
bear
but-
too now?
No. If I've done this correctly, it should be technically a fae creature.
So you gotta one-up me and have a magical animal? That's what you're saying?
I mean, you could look after him if you want, but really he's just here to send a message. You can't train Silvery to send a message. Silvery doesn't do anything that anyone tells it to do.
Now you're shitting on my animal!
Come on, washcloth. Let's go find a shovel. He needs to dig himself a deeper hole.
As you say that,
You know what? I
Sylvie
think
doesn't
you're
do-
right, soot bitch.
So as you say that Sylvie doesn't do anything, you hear the creaking of bones as his head just slowly turns to look in your general direction. Very much red Mothman eyes staring back at you.
I fucking knew it. I had a dream last night. I thought it was a dream. Silver is mad.
I figured it was easier sending this as a messenger instead of potentially wasting Silvery's extensive uses.
Terrible recovery.
You
It was on me.
go womp womp.
Persuasion failed.
Lavender
Yeah,
disapproves in the top left corner of the screen.
I'll just open up the front tent flap and
Apparently
cast
unlock the
magpie to
door.
wind. Yeah.
Pull back the chain bolts.
Turn the vault door. Plug in your pit boy, open it up. But eventually, after the complex mechanism, the tent flap opens. You open up your hands, and sure enough, your new pet Ander takes flight, heading immediately in the direction of Pavmar. You turn back around, Lau is just fucking staring at you.
I like to think Lavender's giving me the death glare, Silvery behind her's giving me the death glare, and Brownie's just happy to be involved.
Who's that, huh?
Brownie has got his head in Joel's backpack because he doesn't need the rations anymore.
Joe, Brownie found a weakness. Finally.
Brownie wins.
Yes, Brett.
Fucking GG, Brownie. You made that, Joel. Did you say something? Oh,
Brownie's
He's just seething.
Brownie's just slowly eating while staring at Joel.
You can swear he's smiling.
He's chewing really slowly as well, like, but his mouth really open, just to really. He's just tomato get fucking rolled around.
It's not fair.
With that, then we'll cut forward again in time, as we say, and you find yourselves arriving on the outskirts of the city that really started it all for the Twilight Company, where you all met for your collective reasonings. Joel, to meet a secret friend. Calanthier, you just got off an airship, and this is a whole land anew. Kelgorm, secret bullshit, doing things for your guild and your, dare I call him, handler. Falcoris, whispers on the wind, trying to get to some work. And Lavender, a friend sent you. You all found your way here. And you see the city proper. The city, again, focus on industry, which, you know, a bit bearing like we just come from a city of industry or a place of industry weaponized. Eyes twitch a little bit seeing you, Taurus. But again, you can see the large smokestacks of black smoke that get churned into the air, and you can hear again the sounds of clunking, ever-moving industry. That move on and on and on. I've just realized we've been in the Paris corridors this whole fucking time. I do apologies. We now need this one, please.
I was wondering because occasionally there was like the sound of footsteps marching through, and I'm like, there's just an army going through our tent as we're.
That's why he locked the gate. Someone left the door open again.
This tent door is just getting really more intricate as time goes on.
Again, I just forgot to change the music. I do apologize. But again, you find yourselves in Utoris proper. And as you guys are sort of leading the journey over here, when you guys get on the outskirts, if not a little bit beforehand, Salber naturally brings the pony to the front, and he starts almost leading the way, intentionally or otherwise, until you guys get to the stable. Salber couldn't hand the animal off quicker, and he starts beelining for where his shop is.
Joel will be following him with his bag, keeping close.
You guys are all fully following suite, yeah?
Yeah.
Perfect. You guys get outside, and as you sort of round the corner again, if you remember, the shop is facing the large courtyard, the large square in the center of the city, and you see the shop with a for sale sign smacked on the front of it. As Salber hasn't been here for quite some time.
Oh, well, we can't have that.
As Bilbo.
You guys come here and you can see, what the? What's it? That's my name up there! Pointing to still says Salber Grimsby's, I can't remember what the fuck the shop's found, I've got it in front of me, sorry. Salber Grimsby's shop, wherever it is. But it is basically plastered for sale, trying to cover up the name. But it's very shitly done. That's my name, that's my shop! Let me in! And he goes to open the door with his key, doesn't open.
Joel will just boot the door open. And then start pulling down all the for sale signs. Just straight up strength check.
Please. Someone's fucking
that's-
nose when you're there.
That's a 21.
Sorry. Easily enough, you kick the door, and there's a sound of splintering wood, and little metal tings. Is one of those little, useless key, chains that you hook in, just snaps in two, or all the links go scatter across the floor, and the door frame itself snaps at the hinges, and the door comes flying in.
I'll shrug it, shall we? Don't worry, we know a carpenter. He keeps following us.
Jesus.
Literally. When you need him.
Salber would have normally, with a complaint that his door being kicked in, but he rushes into the shop without anything, and you can see, again, when you guys first walked into the shop, it was full of these bronze and brass clockwork mechanics that ticked and buzzed and dinged. The shelves are bare, dusty, and everything that is Salber's you quickly find is boxed up in a corner in tight little wooden crates that have been nailed shut. His workbench has been deconstructed. His personal belongings in his bedroom have all been packed away up there as well. It's as if he didn't live here anymore, and he's just been brushed under the rug, so to speak. And he is fucking furious. Gone for months, and this is how I brought this city money. I'm going to write a letter to the council. This is an outrage, I say. Outrage. John, rip that sign off the door.
Why write a letter? We could just go tell them you're alive.
You've seen the damage they've done? I want compensation. I want my name not slandered as if I've been dead. Oh, I am furious, Joel. Take that for sale sign down now for me. I'm too small.
Joel will take down the for sale sign.
Thank you, my boy. Oh, I need a cup of tea. I apologize for my outburst, but bear with me. And he goes, looks. Do any of you have a crowbar so I can find my fucking kettle?
Yeah, I do.
Thank you.
Everyone looks at the thief.
Walk is just gonna start ripping the fucking tops of boxes off.
No problem. You guys take a bit of time, find his kettle, and he starts on the stove making a cup of tea.
Do you want us to see if we can fix this door?
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you so much.
Your key didn't work.
No, I'm guessing they changed the locks. Who's got
We'll
the
change
fucking
them back.
code up there?
Can I have a look at the door, see if I can maybe do anything to make it secure until we at least get him a new set of keys?
The door's pretty fucked. It has been booted in. And again, even the door itself was fine, the little the chain link thing you can easily fix that one. That takes 2 seconds too. But the more thing is, the actual hinge and catch is complete. Not the hinge, sorry. The catch where the thing would do the shut is broken completely. You know what I mean.
The catch.
Regardless.
Literally, you named that. So it's called the catch.
The thing that do the shut.
Catch that would catch the door by catching the door.
It's hard to watch a DM have a breakdown, slowly but surely, over time.
The thing that does the catch.
How a door does a door.
Question for DM.
No. I'm
See
not
when
doing it
we
anymore.
got our official title of Defenders of the Throne.
Yes.
Did we get documentation or like like a sigil or like a clasp or something? No.
No, it was made very clear that that wasn't going to be provided. That this is like a title only sort of thing, like basically need to know basis. So you do have
Oh.
the flexibility to go places, without being like, oh my god, the defender is autograph and that sort of shit.
Oh right, okay. So officials do know about it.
Officials know, but the common Joe does not.
Understood.
Can Joel like turn to Wash? Just go, want to help me threaten some councilmen and steal a door?
Sounds pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Does Joel know where the council place is in Torres?
Yes,
Or
you
can
got
he at least
to
find
at
it?
one point. I think
Yes,
we've got
we
Lab
do.
there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can Joel just go then?
Yeah, you can.
Are Joe and Wash just gonna leave without telling anyone they're going to do this?
Salber essentially
I think
has
Wash would be
scary
on board
dog
with that.
privileges now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Literally, the Grim Reaper's going to walk into the fucking the council offices and threaten people. Like,
And steal their door.
Yeah, and take the door.
Why are
It's a
you
symbolic.
taking?
last time this
Symbolic.
happened, the last time this fucking happened, you just came back with a goblin hand and burned down. I mean, Falcoris was part of that in a way, but still burned down a fucking.
Fine, he's
That
got
was
a paladin
heist.
with him.
This
It's
is more
okay.
like a daylight robbery.
Oh
For
boy!
of course, you have to bear in mind this will be really funny if we let them do it.
Wait, they two are just leaving. They've not told us.
We're
we've
not
just not
listening to
said
the
it.
advice of the
yeah.
person who sets
All
himself
Joel
on
did was
fire
ask him
more
and
than
then just
once.
walk out.
Yeah, and then we just walked out.
Wash and Joel. You guys, without saying anything apart from to each other, leave Grimsby's shop and make your way over it. Now, Joel, you would know, and even let's say, to an extent, Wash, you loosely know where the council buildings are, but Joel, you know a bit more accurately with, your party members having visited it once. And again, this building is a large, looks like a stone obelisk sort of thing, large rectangular building with not any balconies that stick out from it, anything like that. All you can see that's built into the actual surface of it, so flush against the walls are these large cogs that turn and clunk against each other. Impossibly large. You don't know if they actually serve a function or not, or if they are just there for aesthetic purposes to emphasize Eutorus's purpose. You walk in, and there is a desk where a receptionist is awaiting to help people. Hi there, can I? Seeing Joel. And Wash, obviously, but just the difference of Joel, and then.
Yeah, no, I get it. He's scarier than me at a glance. It's okay.
And how can I help?
A friend of mine had his shop closed.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It
Are
didn't
you?
need to be closed.
Don't really look sorry, I'll be honest.
I don't know what
I
you
feel
want
like-
from me.
I want you to cancel. I want you to point me at whoever decided to make that decision.
What?
I'd do it quick. He looks pretty pissed off, He
Make
doesn't
him
have a
look
face,
at
but he
I'll
looks
just
pissed
I'll
off.
lean in and just sort of look at the face you can't see and tell me if it looks like I have patience.
The face you can't see!
I was going to say make an intimidation check, but fuck me, none needed. She. Bear with me. And she just turns around and leaves out the back door. A
I'll
moment
turn to
passes.
Wash and just sort of. You could be quite fun, couldn't you?
New ship.
Just gonna say, this is the cleric, and I'm presuming paladin.
We're forces of
Doing
good,
this,
damn it.
okay?
An innocent
Maybe.
citizen had his shop and belongings
Right.
robbed.
Hey, look, oaths make sense in some cases, okay?
You could argue for an oath.
I will argue for my fucking oath if I have to.
An oath of devotion that's just a
And
wedding
then
vow.
the other one is the one with the most charisma has been left behind. So,
Who
You
needs charisma?
It needs charisma when you can intimidate people by being the fucking Reaper.
you guys
The second Reaper of the party.
wait a moment, and again, she does eventually come back, a little bit pale in the face. The man you're looking for is Bellas Olaris. He's on the 3rd floor. He works for the department of, what do you want to call it? Oh god, the DM's having a breakdown again.
All closures?
Economy, not closures, basically keeping track of, shops and, people registered businesses.
Commerce and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Shops and commerce and that sort of stuff, yeah, so keeping businesses afloat and seeing who's registered to what shop, basically. 3rd floor, door number 6, he should be there.
Thank you. And we'll, I suppose, turn and go.
You guys begin to make
These two very heavily armored warriors asking about a shop.
You guys begin to make your way up the stairs, clunk, 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 and you find yourselves at door 6. Before you knock on the door, we cut back to our other party members, Lavender, Kelgorm, and Falcoris, and Salber. You guys are sitting there, and Salber's dished you all out cups of tea for you guys to have. He's also provided a little bowl of water for Brownie to drink out of as well, if Brownie gets thirsty also. And as you guys are sitting there, you guys can hear people also enter the shop. And as you turn, you can see 2 guards enter. And another man, a 3rd man, dressed in very fine robes. Blue, little reddish trimmings on them. Quite a portly looking man, gnomish in nature. Excuse me. Just what on earth is going on here? Breaking into this closed establishment. Explain yourselves now! Or I'll have these guards arrest you!
it's his name on the front of the fucking shop, so I want to pipe down a little.
Do you know who I am?
Do you know who
Sir.
the fuck I am?
Quite clearly I don't.
Well, good, because you might want to refrain from saying anything more. And I'll stand up and I'll walk towards him, and now as I'm doing that, I will pull out the old captain's badge, not the thing with.
Okay.
And I'll put Captain Falcoris Silren. Can you tell me who you are?
My name is Bellas Olaris, and I am in charge right now of keeping this shop closed until a buyer
missed him.
is in place. However, I have just been alarmed to a break-in.
Okay. We had to break into this fella's shop here. You want to tell him, Salber, about your shop that you've had for... How many years have you had this shop again?
Just over 60 now. Salber, you're alive and well, it seems.
Clearly.
Clearly.
And may I ask, did you do any investigation to see if Salber was alive? Because he's been in Pavmar. And on top of that, if you did, then you would know that he was alive. On top of that, that means you break and entered into this establishment, changed the locks, packed up his things, and that's called breaking and entering, isn't it? Going through people's stuff.
Through the proper conducts. We couldn't. No one had communications with the man. He wasn't present.
So that allows you to go into his shop and break and enter and completely change the locks and pack up his things. Is that the case? Is that how this...
You're going to be more sensible to speak with than this man over here. He turns to you, Lavender.
I mean, if you checked properly, you would know that this man was in company of royalty this
good
last few months, so...
Royalty?
Or weeks. Yeah.
Well, we'll have to go for the proper investigations of that, apparently, then.
You do that, and I tell you what, once you find out that that's the truth, then you can compensate this man for the damages.
There will be no such compensation.
Oh, there will be.
Lavender's gonna get Brownie to stand up at this point and just walk forward.
The man and the guard very quickly step back up. Well, this is just an...
compensation, please.
I will be back.
Good.
Sirs. Good day.
Where's Joel and Wash?
Before he walks away, I'm gonna get Brownie
Go
to
to his
walk.
office and we're gonna be there.
Before he tries to just walk out, I'm gonna get Brownie to like go around and stand in the doorway.
Yes, in your Taurus.
Unheard of.
Compensation for the man. Do you want to meet my owl as well?
Yeah, to be fair, the owl's worse.
Where's the bear?
I'm gonna get Silvery off the shoulder.
Silvery's kind of pretends to be a bat on the ceiling right now. His legs against the ceiling.
Fucking see if I've seen an owl doing that shit.
Silvery rotates his head 360. Just to prove a point. Look, let's all take a breather. Clearly, there's been some miscommunication at some point, Salbert. I'm glad to see you're alive. I really am. I'm sorry. We will take the sign down. The shop is yours again. He looks towards Lavender.
Lavender's gonna look at Salber. Is that enough?
At least the new door.
Haven't heard anything about compensation yet, Lavender, have you?
Yeah, neither have I agree.
No. What would you like, Salber? I want you to come up with a number. 100 gold? Don't insult me. Let me speak to my funds and treasuries and see what we can throw together. But I promise there will be compensation.
We'd like that in writing, please.
Oh, fresh out of paper and quill. Sorry.
Salber, do you have any paper in this shop?
In this crate over here.
Ah, yes. Okay.
And comes back. And he writes a letter saying that there is a promise of an untold amount of compensation greater than the 100 gold will be received to Selma Grimsby.
Plus a new door unlocks.
Plus a new door unlocks.
Perfect.
So we just walk back in with the door.
Don't worry about the door.
Well, once this contract is being written up for Joel and Wash, you approach this door number 6 as instructed. You knock your hands against it. Or, no, what do you do, sorry? Do tell.
I will just try and push it open.
You push it open, it is locked.
How nice is?
It's fucking...
Is it a good door?
It's a good door.
I'm gonna take the door.
Yeah, it's a metal door.
Well, yeah, let's
take the door.
We're gonna take the door.
How'd you take the door? It's currently shut and locked.
Fucking pole, don't we?
Just-
yank the
just
door frame.
two of us
break
just
it,
pull
repair
the
it.
door.
Sure, Salber can repair a metal door. It's fine.
I have a spell. I have the cantrip of repair, so you know.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
So, hold on, you have the mending cantrip, and you went to steal a fucking door instead of mending it yourself. That's...
We're proving a point.
You went to steal a door to replace a broken door when you could have
It's
just...
not about the money. It's about
about
sending a message.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
You know what? Actually, I do have a plan of action for.
Okay, please
So-
tell.
For the door.
For the door, yes, for the door. I will take my hammer off of my back, and next to the lock, essentially next to the door handle,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just hit it directly there with
Smash
all
in
my
the wall.
might.
Make a strength check then, please. I'll give you advantage because it's a door. It can't fight back.
That is a 21.
21. You, with a satisfying swing, and the actual locking mechanism, like a little tube that is locked, comes flying out the other side into the room.
Nicely open the door
You open the door.
and
nice
take
key.
it off its hinges.
Yep. While he's doing that, can I just quickly scout around the office and see if there's anything valuable?
Well, the man that you were promised to see isn't there, which is quite odd.
Duh.
You can tell
That's
this
what
we're taking the
reception
fucking
lied to
door.
us.
You can tell this is an office built for a man of smaller stature. The desk is a little bit smaller. The chair that's behind it is smaller as well. Someone of maybe dwarvish, halfling, or gnomish stature. And Joel, make an investigation check as you're looking for valuables. Whilst she's got a little screwdriver unscrewing the door bit by bit.
That's only a +1. That's only 14.
14. Not too much in the way of valuables. You can sort of scout around and see there's some boring paperwork that you sort of
excuse me, quickly skim over and, disregard. What you do find, though, is a list of potential buyers who've registered interest in Salber's shop.
I will take that list.
You take the list of potential buyers for Salber's shop.
How big's the desk?
Is it good Salber size?
It's, I mean,
Salber's a shorter man.
It's one of the smaller races as well, so it fits Salber
They,
quite
they
nicely.
deconstructed his workbench, you know?
It's a good point.
I would say the desk is with effort. I mean, if you could probably put the desk on the... If
Put the desk on the door and then lift the
carry
door.
it.
Yeah.
You could probably do that, yeah.
I'll just sort of signal to Wash and right flat on the door, we're taking the desk too. Just everything on it as well, like I'm not clearing it, I'm just taking the desk.
Sound. Okay, fair enough.
So, you take the desk and the door.
We didn't fucking start.
And you walk down the stairs, and as you're walking down the stairs, the looks you're getting of, like, people just seeing you come down.
As we walk past the receptionist, I'll just look at her and just go, don't lie to us again.
I swear he was supposed to be in. I'm sorry.
Well, it
We
wasn't.
didn't walk past him and he wasn't in there, so you must have known.
Is that his desk?
Maybe.
Don't fucking tell.
He wasn't there, so according to his laws, if someone's not there, we can just go in and take what we want, can't we?
I mean, I'm not gonna argue. You've just stolen a man's desk and door. I'm not gonna argue with you.
Repurposed, not stolen. Thank you.
We work in acquisitions.
That's my
Our own.
And you
I
guys,
suppose we'll just walk through you tourists back to
you
the
just
shop.
walk 3 tours back to the shop, which isn't too far. It's like a maybe 10-15 minute walk. And Jess says, "Right, now that is business concluded. I will go back to my office and see what the treasury can bring together. Good day." He stands up tall. He waits
In
for you.
future, just don't assume the woman is the easier one to talk to.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
I'll
Really
get
hasn't gone
Brownie
well
to
for
move
this
out
guy.
of the way.
No, it's
It's been a rough day for this man.
As Brownie moves out the way, he reveals behind him Joel and Wash walking down the street.
That's where they went. A desk. Where the
And the
what do you need a
door.
desk for?
And you see my desk.
Don't know
Well,
what you're
you
talking
see-
about, mate.
You
Don't know what
see,
you're
you
talking
weren't
about.
there, and there was this empty room in the council place, and no one seemed to be using it, so we thought we could just let ourselves in.
We just came to an agreement. This is a fresh outreach. I am.
We are altering
for
the deal.
contract it
Pray we
says
do not alter
more.
it
It
further.
says more than 100 gold. It doesn't say in what way. So really, we're still in the. Is this how this written thing works?
Yeah,
Make a persuasion check with
Chorus?
advantage.
Is this how?
it's how it works. You're doing well. You're doing well. Keep up.
Oh my god, bro. We've just, actually bullied this man into being somewhat,
You're just beating him into submission
Persuasion?
with words.
Persuasion, yes, with advantage.
18.
So,
Oh wait,
Yeah.
for advantage.
yeah.
Ooh.
That's still an 18.
good.
I can get the bear back out of.
Not necessary. I will adjust. You have made an enemy of me, pointing towards Joel and Wash. And you
Joel
are not
will get
last
right up
me.
close to him, right up in his
Oh,
face, not caring about the guards.
the door, and we're both gonna just
Joel-
flank him.
Joel will just do the power squat of. He gets down to his level and just.
Hours.
I'll let you know if I notice.
You hear a little tea comes out.
Joel's bring out the legendary move of
Slap squat is out, boys.
Slap squat.
Slab squatted in front of this gnome. This is the part where you leave. And don't come
Gladly.
back.
Gladly. Guards, on me. And he walks out. You now have a desk and a door.
I'll turn to Salber and just go, got you a new workbench. And the door.
Oh, that's a very elaborate word, but that's the wrong voice. Jesus.
Lavender's gonna just hand the
Salber, what's
contract to Salber and be like, I believe you should keep this safe.
Well, sorry,
Good
Lavender.
thing
Mrs.
is,
Contract.
The contract.
The-
Yeah. This is going in the top drawer of my new desk.
where do you want it?
Just round the back, if that'd be so kind.
Joel would
Thank
pick
you.
up the desk and just.
Thank you, Joel. Thank you, Wash. Pleasure doing business with you.
It's much more a pleasure doing the activity.
What I do love, Joel, that door's metal, extra security for me. Good find, my boy.
Well, the councilman wasn't using it.
I'd say you take the time to fix the new door in place. I love Joel has mending cantrip. No, he's gonna go steal the fucking door.
It's about sending a message.
The door is installed. The number 6 is taken off at Salva's request. He's gonna frame that elsewhere. And the desk is put in place. As Lavender says, he puts their handwritten note in the top drawer. And he starts sifting through what letters he can find.
Joel will give him the list of potential buyers as well. Just,
He
we
starts
found this on his desk as well. Don't know if you
he
recognize them.
starts reading over it. No. That little voice again. That bitch. Oh my
Joel
ears
will
are
raise an
fucking
eyebrow that no one can see that he doesn't have because he doesn't have eyebrows.
So,
Do we need to go steal more doors?
No. Just someone I thought was my friend. I'm the wrong voice again. I'm stuck in Scottish. Just someone I thought was my friend. Tried
By
to
the
buy
way,
a shop.
I
was
might have
picking
mentioned this
myself.
sooner.
Oh,
We met your brother a while ago. He hadn't heard from you for a long time. And he was worried about you. Thought maybe you should write to him.
in the Horizon. I'm Scottish again. Fuck.
he's having an identity crisis.
You were in Horizon. How is he?
He seemed well, but he asked if we'd heard from you. And since we hadn't, that was when we started to get concerned about you. So I think it might help him if you send him a letter.
I will. Thank you. I will most certainly get on that. I have fancy new parchment I can use, so it'll be quite nice to test it.
Joe just nodding at the desk.
But to all of you, I said this to Joel earlier. Well, the other day, technically. My shop door is always open to you all. My new shop door
Your new
is
door.
always open to you all. If at any point, either together or individually, you find yourselves in New Taurus, feel free to pay a visit.
Appreciate that.
Thank you, Silver.
Appreciate it, Silver.
No, I can't offer you much apart from some mediocre company and a cup of tea, but sometimes that's all you need.
Cup of tea's always nice. Real cuppa.
Isn't it just? But I
We'll
know
leave you to sort out your business and
I need to unpack a lot of stuff. So thank you again for this. A completely bullshit side quest that the DM didn't expect you to do, but it's appreciated all the same. Thank you.
it's a good door.
It's a very good door.
Be careful of that one though. His reaction time
what
is that one that came in. His
Oh,
his call out time was quite fast, to be honest with you. Probably the fastest I've ever seen.
well, I shouldn't need him in all fairness, with it being my fucking shop.
Exactly.
I shouldn't need him to come visit anymore.
Exactly.
Don't worry. If he gives you any trouble, just write to us. We'll take care of it.
I don't have any doubt in that whatsoever.
I'm
Hello?
fairly sure the last time we were in Detours, there was a series of break-ins, so maybe that's why the security's been heightened.
Mayhaps.
You wouldn't have happened to have anything to do with those break-ins, would you?
No.
Don't believe you.
So don't need an insight check. Did you see that face?
The single bead of sweat that immediately drips down.
It's like the Key and Peele thing where he's just pouring with sweat. He's like, no.
Well, again, thank you so much. If there's anything I can ever do, if you need the hands of a old tinkerer, let me know.
Likewise, Albert.
Thank you. I might need to pull some royal strings at some point. I am kidding, of course. I don't want to abuse any power steps or anything like that. But
Just with that though, I've got a couple of things I need to do. So I'll be as quick as possible, and then we can head unless there's anything else. Anyone else wants to do new tourist?
That sounds like another cuppa to me.
I'll put the kettle back on. Would you like one to go? Kellicom?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Fair enough. I'll have them ready for when you get back in state.
Yeah. I've got 2 tasks I want to do.
Yes, chef?
I want to stop by your seal and pay her back.
Okay.
And then
Peter back.
I want to go to.
It's your first thing you want to bang on my list, apparently. So yeah.
Then I want to go. I can't remember what the bar was called, but it was me and Quinn's meeting point. I want to check for there.
You go to that bar, and again, I can't remember what it's called either, to be completely fucking real, the date and night I'm having. But going around this establishment and looking at all the usual shaded corners and, you know, upstairs rooms, she's not here.
I just asked the bartender who's seen high elf before description.
Not in a long time. It's been, if it's what I'm thinking of, a while.
I had word that she was drinking you tourists however long ago. I made
I mean,
Emmerich
from what
try.
Emmerich told you, you know, in your case, just the other week, sort of, just the other day, sort of thing, you know. I don't think she's been at my establishment, mate.
Okay. Thanks. I'll keep looking.
No worries. Are you looking for anything fancy? Do you know where she might be drinking? Any description?
Honestly, it looked like a dive. So, probably somewhere.
Right, next cog in.
Next cog.
You might find her there.
It's another one.
Fart on the audio.
Another fart.
It's fucking weird, man. Now and again, it sounds like someone just walking by, taking a drop of my gas.
Someone's fucking crop dusting us in the audio.
Crop dusting.
It's my favorite fucking term for a drive-by fart.
Okay.
Take this information and smell a weird aroma as you walk out. Begin to, fuck's sake, I've lost it.
So, get crop dusted.
Shut up. And you begin to make your way towards the... Well, you don't know where it is, but you ask around. And to say where you find this, you are pointing, you know, a few different directions, of course, and sure enough, even from the outside, this place is very, very clear. As far as dive bars go, this is a deep fucking dive. From the outside, you can see no one's really visiting it. It's common knowledge this place must be a shithole. There is one man, you see there's a old rickety chair with one leg really shorter than the others from being broken and repaired that many times. And there's a man that's currently deserving crop dusting.
It's just Jesus. It's just Jesus going by doing crop dusting.
I need to change this fucking audio. You see a man on the outside of this chair, so he's currently passed out on this chair, completely unconscious. A bottle of very, very cheap ale pouring out onto the floor. You see the door is stained, battered, rickety as all shit. Could use a new one.
Windows have been boarded up from. You can see where glass panes have been smashed, but just not about to get replaced, apart from just being boarded up. And pushing through, the smell of stale slaps you. And you can see there's only a couple of patrons in at best. There is a small hearth that crackles in the background. On the edge of the bar, you can see an ogre is behind the bar, just with a heavy hand pushing this cloth through the bar top. And as you walk in, the bartender looks at you, gives a grunt, and goes back to cleaning.
And take a note here and here either.
Make a quick perception check.
Perception check. Oh, nat 20.
Nat 20. You don't see her sitting. But as you're sort of scanning up along the room, you can't see anyone at eye level. But as you sort of like dip your head down to, like, you know, fuck's sake, maybe not here either, you see a hand under a table in a lax position. As you sort of bend over, you can see unconscious, hair stuck to her face. It's Gwen.
Shit. I'll just say to the bartender, can you give me a jug of water? And
Water.
a red wine as well.
Red wine, water, same jug, different
Different jug.
jug.
Two jugs.
Two jug. And yeah.
Yeah, if I got small change, I just give him 1 gold. And then I take the jug. I take the wine over, set it on the table, and then I take the jug and I pour it on her face.
With a heavy splash, and there is that question: have you moved her out from under the table yet, or just where she's laying?
Where she's laying.
There is, as you splash on the.
Thought you needed a wake up call.
Oh. Speak again.
What are you doing in here?
She gets up from under the table and looks at you. I could ask you the exact same question.
I came looking for you.
Congratulations, you found me. Sorry.
I got your wine, but I suppose you may want some water.
Yeah, let me drink some of that. Thanks.
Yeah. Signal to the bartender to bring more water over.
Water.
You don't seem like you're doing well.
I gave that away. Fucking genius over here, right? I've been good. I've been good. Finding myself at the bottom of a bottle of several. You can find joy there. You can find joy. Sorry.
Why did you come back to guitars?
Oh God. Are you just gonna ask me question after question?
Yes, I'm worried about you.
You don't need to be worried. You don't need to be worried about me.
I think you made it very clear that I don't need to be worried about you.
Oh God, I'm slightly drunk. Right, leave it be.
And you were, I don't know, just exact date and time.
Insert timestamp.
Yeah. And I presume you have been every day since then.
Maybe.
That's right. Went through a lot. But
Yep. I went through a lot. Yeah.
where are you staying?
Wherever I can afford. Do you know how much money we actually make? It's ridiculous when you don't have it all of a sudden. Or when you are, sorry, let me rephrase, when you're the best kid in class, the teacher's pet, which you'd all know about, that's when you really realize the money's gone.
Are you still? You're still in the game?
No. All I've done, that I know he's know that I'm around. I've made my presence known again, and that's been kind of it. No one's approached me, and I'm kind of glad for it, to be honest. But without a purpose, you know, it's all I've known, isn't it? It's all you've known. What the fuck do we do if we don't have it? I know what I do. I beg for copper and silver, and I spend it in a shit establishment like this.
Got somewhere safe you can stay if you want.
Come to whisk me away. What was it you said before? My prince, that was it. You come to whisk me away, prince. I'd like that. I'd like that a lot. Please do.
Okay. I'll just go into I'll pull out my forgery kit. And I'm just making this look as official as possible.
Okay.
Like, this is a letter coming from Elleril, not Caligorm.
Okay, yep. You're propagating to your calligraphy classes that you spent hours actually doing, genuine calligraphy classes, so it's all coming back.
Yeah. I'm just forging a document that'll be, I have someone inside the castle. The Pathfinder. They'll house you. They'll keep you safe.
You're gonna get me into the capital city?
Yeah.
That sounds quite nice, doesn't it? I bet they've got carpet and not hardwood to sleep on.
You'll have a bed.
Bed. How have you been? I don't want to hear this anymore. How have you been?
It's been a wild ride, to be honest.
Care to share?
Yeah. I'll just spend the next few hours just telling stories of the adventures.
You do exactly that. You spend far more time than you thought you were going to drinking dog shit wine. You just paid a gold for this, which is robbed yourself blind. This wine is worth coppers at best. But you don't care. You've got company. And two of you drink this dog shit wine and whittle away the hours chatting about your adventures. She asks you questions, and if you're being completely honest with her, you know, let me know if you're trying to like blur some bits out. But
I'll be as honest and forthcoming as it can, but I'll leave out details of my true identity. Like, I'll tell her that I found my sister again.
Yeah.
And things like that. But I won't say who she is.
Yeah, you just miss out the part of you being royalty and that sort of stuff, and her as well.
Yeah.
You spin this, I say you spin a tale, you tell the truth, just omitting some key details. She hangs on every single word that comes out your lips. She asks you questions about everything. What does your sister look like? Is she funny? Does she have your bullshit attitude? Is she as arrogant as you? What's Lily like? This group that you're with, what are they like? Joel died? What the fuck does that mean? Where's Calanthir gone? I've never been to a Southbourne. All these questions. 101 come out. And you guys at the shop. Caligorm has been gone, and the sun is now long set. But Caligorm, you don't care. You don't know what time has passed. You're having fun. You're enjoying telling your story, if you don't mind me saying so. Well, you're maybe not enjoying telling the story itself, but you're enjoying who you're telling the story to. until you come to Joel and this newfound friend Wash stealing the door and desk, and you come here. Wow. I thought I had it bad. Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm good. It's been nice being back in touch with family.
It's
I
nice being in touch with you again.
nice.
Having you back is nice, I guess. Still hate your face. Don't think anything's changed there, but I guess I missed you in some capacity. Limited.
That's nice.
So where are you guys off to next then?
Heading north. I'm hunting thunderplants at this point.
Dangerous game.
Yeah.
Need a hand? I promise I won't drink much on the journey. I'll save it for evenings only. Fine, 3 p.m.
I think you'd have more than earned somewhere where you can have a comfy bed and actually have a bath, because you kind of smell at this point.
Charming as always. The
Just-
offer is generally there. If you need me, I can come.
Like that. So I'll pass over the letter that I wrote. Again, if anyone stops you, you show them this. And
I guess that's a no then.
you rest up. And I'll give her a bag of like 50 gold, just in case.
This adventure left on you, Will.
It has been doing me well. Oh god, math. Yeah, there it is. Just,
Well,
I'm going to need to head off soon. But I will meet you in
sure,
Pathfinder.
yeah. Cool. I'm going to pack my things. Okay, I'm good to go. Avma. Shit. Thank you for this. You can tell by the last couple of hours she has sobered up a bit. Yeah. Come visit.
I will.
Thanks.
My sister will be there. Oh, I'll see you soon.
See you soon.
And make sure you actually get a nice place to stay tonight, okay?
I mean, I rented a room up here. There's no bed. There's a bed frame. I was planning on just getting drunk so I could just pass out on that and make it comfortable, but I guess I can spend a little bit of gold to find a mattress. Maybe a pillow.
I'd invest in a pillow.
Wise choices.
Do you need anything else?
No, you've done more than enough. Thank you.
Okay.
No,
I know.
that's a lie. Her brow furrows a little bit. You still talk to the old man, don't you?
Yeah,
Right.
I've been quite concerned about that.
That's... I don't mean to sound harsh, because I know how much you do look up to him, and he's still present in your life. He's not approached me, and as mentioned, none of the guild have. Tell him I'm done, officially.
Oh. He's plotting something.
When isn't he?
He's
I came out the womb scheming.
I think he's gonna ask me to kill someone, so
That goes beyond any line that he set. With you, anyway.
that's why I'm concerned.
Be careful with him. I know you've got a lot of respect for him.
Don't let the respect blind you. If you need a stern slap in the face and fresh pair of eyes, come and chat at my door and I'll certainly slap you in the face and give you a fresh set of eyes. Free of charge, no less.
Wouldn't expect that for less.
But, yeah, I'm done.
Honestly, I don't really interact with him as much. And I worry that he's aware that I'm slipping away from him.
When you don't need me to remind you, he won't like that. Not one bit.
Yeah. I'll keep an eye on it.
Please do.
Let's say
Mm-hmm.
we head out of here and we'll find you somewhere else to stay. And then I'll meet you in Pathmore.
Sounds good. You guys exit the tavern, the next cog. You find her an inn with private rooms, so she has an actual bed to sleep in privacy. She'll insist on paying for it. It's only a silver piece, so she'll pay for it for the night. And you walk into her door. She opens it and begins to step inside and... Good night, Caligon.
Right, Gwen. That's good to see you.
Likewise.
Then I go off and find my friends.
She closes the door and you go off and find your friends. And again, you guys... The sun, as mentioned, has long since set. Now we are deep into the night at this point. Is there anything you guys like to do in the meantime whilst he's been absent?
Not really.
Salber's had a tea overdose, but you know.
Stall a door, maybe?
Yeah, when the door got installed, obviously it wasn't. This door was made for this frame, so it squeaks a little bit. So you've been working away trying to find where the squeak is and eliminate it. Make sure it opens smooth like butter. Of course, you got a frowny face on you. Okay.
No, I'm all right.
Cool, not a problem. Eventually, and I will use the word eventually, Celegorm / Elleril arrives back inside the shop.
About fucking time. Where the fuck have you been?
I think Gwen. I just needed to make sure she was alright.
Fucking 6 hours.
And then
More than that. Well,
yeah,
what are we at?
kind of go.
7.5.
Yeah.
Would
They
you
could
like
tell
some
a little
tea?
A bit drunk at this point.
I'll put
Yeah.
the herbal stuff on.
Yeah, there's just we've had quite an adventure so far. There's a lot to catch up on.
I'm glad she's alright. Next time send fucking word or something though. Somehow.
Yeah. But, sorry if you waited up.
Well, clearly we fucking did.
So have we got any more business to do in your tourist?
Sleep. Up at crack of dawn, whether you're fucking hungover or not. We're on our way.
Great. Then I am going to try and get rid of this hangover. Or hangover. Avoid a hangover.
You've got the hangover. It's just not setting yet.
What's the sleeping arrangements like? Are we just crashing the Salvage
It's a fucking shop floor. You can find a place to rent if you want to just sleep here free. You can just roll your bedrolls out on the shop floor. Sab will not stop you in the slightest. He's got a new door to lock it securely, so you guys can be safe. But you will begin to, let's say we just do that for sake of brevity, free bed and board. You guys, not bored, but you go to sleep. Roll your bedrolls out between the aisles, so you have even privacy sort of thing between the aisles to sleep, as best you can. And you all one by one drift off. Celegorm, make a Constitution saving throw for me, please, just to work out how bad the hangover will be in the morning.
Oh, fuck. 7.
Oh, you are not gonna have a good day, sir. It's one of these things, like, see when you're like, you know, we've all been this drunk, but we're absolutely fine, we're convinced we're absolutely fine. You then lie down and realize the world is fucking spinning around you. And at some point during that, as you guys are all laying there, all you hear at one point is... and some running up the stairs.
Crack of dawn.
But as you're all doing this in Kellegum, you come downstairs from emptying yourself via the mouth hole. Joel, you watch Kellegum run up and make an ass of himself as he's being sick. His own fucking fault for drinking that much. And you, again, are powering down, if you want to call it that for lack of a better term, you know, beginning to enter that rest mode where the soul can rest. And this man walks down the stairs. Long black hair, daggers at his side. God, he looks familiar. Looks so familiar. And that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
Joel's got dementia.
Apparently
Joel
so.
doesn't want dementia.
But thank you, everybody, for putting up my very, very terrible DMing this evening. I do apologize about that standard. I'm going to have stern words myself in the yearly review. This will come up.
There's a yearly review.
Well, for myself, there is. It's called The Mirror. Andy, anything you'd like to say before we leave tonight's
Yes,
episode?
thank you for tuning in, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, if you've been lurking in the shadows, please hit that follow button. We appreciate that. And also, our community manager's dropping some links into the chat. Make sure you check them out and you go there. Monday or Tuesday, Monday, I presume. Monday, Brothers Plate 3 will be continuing, where our lovely Chef Matt here and Kilo team up on Baldur's Gate and just shenanigans, just sheer out chaos. So go watch that, and definitely tune in for that and follow if you can. On top of that, we will be raiding tonight. We are going to be going to the True Gingy. We're playing a D&D, and I've seen an animal handling session, which is interesting. The True Gingy is from Scotland themselves, so make sure you go and give them a bit of love, follow their channel, and, you know, just give them Immersive Realms love. I will be a raid message in a second, or are you on that, Ghost?
I'll do that.
Nice. So I will put that on, but otherwise, yes, thank you very much for tuning in tonight, and we will see you on the next one. Back to you, DM.
Thank you so much. Well, just basically reiterate what Andy says. Thank you again so much for coming along, and thank you again to my lovely players for building the story with me. Tonight was, as Taylor said, a very, very sassy session, but I had a lot of fun. I genuinely loved this game tonight. So thank you to everybody in chat. Thank you to my players. And thank you, dear viewer. I hope you have a lovely rest of your weekend. And we will speak to you all soon on Monday. Until then, bye guys.
Bye.
Wait, keep waving. Keep waving.